Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry. How's it going? So I had the mic on turned off for some reason. Thanks for looking out, Rocky. How you doing, man? No wonder, no wonder I couldn't hear myself. Okay, I appreciate it, man. How's it going? Man, I might have to restart my introduction then. Yeah, so I just wanted to I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. I was gonna be doing some research today anyway, so I just figured I'd go live and we can just answer any questions that anybody had. And we do have some earnings as well. So there's not really much going on. Yeah, I appreciate that, Rocky. Good looking out. So yeah, not much going on for earnings today. I don't know if you guys are looking into earnings for this week. We do have TLRY though. We just had like big news for just the whole sector and that. But I don't think they're gonna do. I'll probably be putting it on the put side, looking into earnings. And then I didn't really see. Not good. I'm good. Just doing my taxes. Oh, I still have to finish my taxes too. I think I'm gonna just pay. Yeah, I appreciate you supporting the channel. I might just pay them to do mine because I got I got some crypto, like tons of crypto, and I just did all kinds of crypto stuff, and it's just so complicated right now. And I'd rather have their backing just in case I get audited or something. I'd rather just get them done this first year. I think by next year there should be a better system in place for crypto and just taxes in general. So yeah, I'm just gonna pay pay the price for my mistakes this year because I was trading across like 5 or 6 different platforms, and some of them the APIs that pull the data they're like pretty bad. So yeah, so just something I kind of learned the hard way. So I'm just gonna pay for them to do it. I still gotta help them get the numbers and stuff, but I'm putting more weight on them versus me, you know. But yeah, so hopefully that goes well. And I took some losses this year, so that will offset some gains and everything. So hopefully everything kind of goes good. And but yeah, as far as like earnings, I was initially I didn't really see much earnings. I think TLRY would probably be one of the few ones I play. And then I saw that Concentration Brands is good. So this one is actually like the beer stuff, and I was looking at it while I was on mute actually. But they make beer, wine, and spirits. So with wheat and everything going up, I think their outcast or their forecast will probably be bad just because they'll probably have to raise prices and stuff. So I don't know, would that affect them in a positive way? I think their expenses would go up, so it probably affect them in a bad way is what I'm thinking. Dang, I feel bad because I was on mute the whole time. So but yeah, I was looking at their chart. It does look bullish, and I did get a unusual well subscription, so hopefully that helps the channel a little bit so we can get a better idea of what the big money is doing. So these are just some of the filters that I started so far. So like 60,000, and I like to play the shorter time, so I'm doing 35 days. And then I also like to exclude the deep in the money and include only out the money ones. So I'm kind of more like day trading right now, so that's what I'm doing. And then I also included to exclude like these three because these are ETFs and stuff, and there's just extra stuff I don't need to be shown. But yeah, man, I feel bad because my audio wasn't working for like 5 minutes. But yeah, I was looking up STZ. I was thinking to get puts, but it might actually be better to do calls. It looks like a lot of people on here are buying calls for it. I don't know. What do you guys think? So this company is basically like a beer company, and if wheat and stuff goes up, then their costs are probably going to go up. And I doubt that they still make the same amount of earnings per share is what I'm thinking initially. And oh yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? See vodka and everything. So with all the Russia tensions and wheat being one of the major commodities out there, I don't know. I doubt they prepared for a war and stuff. So these guys will probably be definitely affected for the Q2 and Q1 earnings. Cause let me make sure. But it looks like they're doing the. We're looking at this, so the earnings for this quarter probably won't be affected because it's from I guess back here from. Let me make sure I got this right. So from November all the way to February is this one's, but yeah, and then the invasion didn't happen till after, so this quarter won't be affected by their earnings, but I'm thinking the forecast is probably what will get affected. And then we started looking at the expected move. I'm thinking it was like 4%. Yeah, so we got 4% expected move for the earnings, and IV crash of about 17%. So I just started charting this up for us, and I was thinking since last quarter they moved about 5%. Was it right here? They moved about 5%. Down here about 5.5. I was thinking we could probably do another 5.5. The expectation says it's 4.5, but I do think that the Russia stuff will definitely affect them, so I'm just gonna stick with the 5.5, which would kind of make us come down to about 218, about 220. So that's what I'm looking for earnings at least. But then I was looking at the unusual whales, and so I'm still kind of new at this, but it looks like people are buying calls. So a lot of these calls are, well, these are calls that they're buying. This was just the 328. They're gonna expire 408, and so this week a lot of calls are gonna expire for 240. This is 180k, 125k. But I'm thinking these calls are probably, so this it shows it's bullish here, but that's just telling us about whether they bought it near the bid or whether they bought it near the ask. And so if they buy a call that's near the ask, then they label it as bullish. But in reality, they could be selling that call. And then, so example, if they buy a put near the ask, then it's bearish. Does that make sense? So the bullish is like a good indicator, but it's not like 100% accurate. I don't know if that means anything. But how are you doing your taxes, Rocky? Are you still you almost done with it? I've started doing mine, and then I got to the crypto stuff, and I was like, man, this is too complicated right now because of what I was doing, all the platforms I was trading across. So at this point, because I don't know, I wasn't tracking like the deposits for some reason, and it just got really complicated and real messy. So I'm gonna just give them my paperwork, and hopefully they can figure it out. But I still gotta learn how to use this unusual whales. But most of these are for the 4.8. I'm gonna actually. So yeah, the whole flow's been bullish this whole time, and they've been actually on the ask side. That's what's confusing to me. I'm still trying to learn this. I just got this is my second day using the unusual whales, but you're going through a CPA lawyer as well. So how do you find a good CPA? Are you just using like TurboTax or something? Okay, yeah, just getting the paperwork ready. Are you going through like TurboTax, or are you doing like somebody that's locally and stuff that's good? Like, what do you think about doing it through TurboTax? I feel like they're certified, but they have so much traffic that I don't think they like personalize your tax return. So that's what I'm a little hesitant on. Like, are they really gonna like take the time to give me my like the max return? Or is it just like a cookie cutter? They have so much people that they're just gonna, just do it. But they are responsible, right? They have the thing for auditing and stuff. If they do it, then they have that coverage. But I don't know. You look for the local one. I feel like at this point it's a little late for me to look for a local one. You think? Because I'm sure that like they're busy right now. Their appointments and stuff. They're probably booked. I don't know though. I'm probably gonna do it through TurboTax because I did it last. I did the stuff manually myself last year, but this year with the crypto stuff, much. Yeah, so easier to go through it. Yeah, you're considering your trading as a business. Yeah, that's something I need to do as well, actually, because I've been trading. I've been using it in my channel, but I've been using my personal accounts, so it's not like I can use any tax write-offs. The only stuff that I've been able to do was I guess like some of the expenses that I used for like TradingView and just like a few other things, but I haven't really done much expenses or like some of the office equipment. I guess I kind of audited, or not audited, but like added it to the expenses there too. I might be able to add the some of these other plans. I didn't even know that you could write, or you could use you could write off Spotify plans, because like if you use music in your streams or your videos or something, I think you can use it as a write-off. So I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. If it I was a little hesitant, but now that I kind of just been live streaming and stuff, I've been including music and stuff, so I guess I'm just gonna talk to my tax professional. But yeah, I think this one, I still gotta understand the flow, but it seems like it's very bullish. I don't know, do you use the unusual whales, Rocky? I don't know. I know you've been doing some futures and stuff, so I don't know if you do the actual. I know you actually you said that you might be doing some options, but I guess maybe you can explain more about that. But these orders are buy to open or sell to open, so this is like bullish, 125, but it's like part of a multi-leg. This is what's kind of weird. I'm still trying to learn the multi-leg strategy or whatever, these indicators that are here. I like the volume greater than open interest. That's a good one, but all the other ones I'm still trying to go through some of the videos to understand. Still learning the options. Does futures have options? I think futures has options. I think for this one, I was looking at the, what was it? This is just some of the puts for this week. I think if I am gonna get the puts, I'll probably get like the 220s of this one right here, but they don't have tons of open interest. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the Webull account. So this is what I was watching this week, and we'll get into these because I want to talk about Snapchat, DWAC, Baba, and what else was I doing? Oh yeah, this one. We'll get into those in just a second. This is kind of like the layout for the day, what I was looking at this on Friday, and we can kind of cover these plays in just a second. I'm just gonna finish Constellation Brands or whatever. I'm gonna see where the open interest is for them, just to see if they match up to the unusual whales. So I'm thinking I'm bearish for the earnings because of the outlook. Plus they've kind of already ran up a little bit. If you take a look at the chart, they've kind of already ran up. So with earnings on Thursday, I think they could kind of pull back, unless like their earnings is really good, then they would gap up. But they would like have to have really good earnings, and then they would have to have good outlook, which I think the outlook is what's going to kill them. Or so yeah, I'm expecting a pullback, but let's look at the options chain real quick. So for the bull side, where's the open interest? I gotta find open interest. Here we go. This is open interest, and then we have volume right next to it. So there's not much open interest on this side. And then on this side, we do have a little bit more open interest. So yeah, like the 220s is the ones that I was looking at. They're like $1.18. How much were they? So the mid, where's the mid at? Right here. So about $1.12. It's what it's looking like. This was the one that has the most volume and open interest. And then you have some down here, like 40 cents for the 205s. That would be a bigger move, I think. What is it like? That is 205, so about $28. So about a 12% move, which actually could happen. Because I think, didn't they have a huge dump? What was I talking about? Well, it was 5% actually. So, but I don't know. That one's probably a little extreme. I do like the 220 puts, and actually I'm gonna write those down because I'm gonna add them to my watch list later. 220s puts for STZ, and they're like about 112 right now. So that's probably what I'll end up getting, and there'll be a good hedge against just the market, which we can take a look at the SPY right now. As far as like the call side for STZ, there's really not much open interest. But that's just for the April 8th. We can also look at the 14th. And yeah, you can see there's also, I mean, the max one right here is 500. And then down here you got, yeah, I'm thinking puts on this one. You can see, there's 12 right here, 1200 for 215. These actually might be better. Because and they're about the same. They're about 98 cents. So 215s or 78 cents. Those might be good actually. Well, there's no volume in these. We'll have to look at these. I'm gonna look at the 215s and the 220s. 215 and 220s for April 14th. I'm gonna look at the April 14th and the April 8th. The April 8s are 112, and then there's no way I do for April 8th. I'm only interested in the 20s. These right here. I wouldn't do the 15s. I think it's just like super risky, but it could also be rewarding. They're like 58 cents. I don't know if we'll have that big of a move. I think if we do have a big move like that, it'd probably be good enough to get you another extra week on these. So these right here, the 215s are 98 cents. 98 cents, and that's the 215s, and then the 220s, which are actually not that expensive. They're about 155. I might do one. So I got 3 options right now that I'll kind of look into, and we can actually probably pull those up here on the flow just to see if we can pull that up. We'll leave that one on, but I want to look at the, what did we say, 215s and 28s and 220s. So I'm still learning how to use the unusual whales. So you have to give me a second because I'm still trying to learn how to use this. So these are 220 puts. They sold these. And but yeah, remember, like, bullish doesn't mean that it's bullish. It's just that they bought them on the or they sold these puts. So yeah, so the put side, let me make sure I can explain this correctly. So they sold 220 put strikes that expire 4/8 around 260. So if they sold puts, that means that they're bullish. But the only reason that they say it's bullish, you can't really confirm it. The only reason that they say it's bullish is because they sold them on the bid side. So they were really trying to sell them, is what it sounds like. But for 228, let me see if it's a red day. 228 would be like, wait, is it 228? 328. 328, yeah, what? 328. So that was like a green day. So what I'm thinking is puts were getting beat down so much that they were able to get their bid price. They were able to get filled on their bid price. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm being biased, so I don't know. Plus, like the bigger orders are the bearish ones. The smaller they're kind of the same actually, but this one's actually together for some reason. Size 306, right? And then this one's 306. So it could be that maybe they're doing a spread. I don't know, I still gotta learn how to do this, but this is for 35 days. Let's do let's just move down the price actually. 45,000. Okay, there's not much there. 30,000. See if we can get some more volume in here. Most of the bearish stuff was down here. This was last month though. Shoot. I don't know. We're gonna skip this for now. I gotta look more research. The other one I do want to look at though is TLRY. I'm actually bearish on this one for the earnings. Where was it? 15-minute? Yeah, so I think I was asking some of the people in Discord that it could be, I might need to go to the 30-minute. But it looks like a head and shoulders here. That's what it's looking like. So we got a shoulder and a head and then another shoulder. And it's also within this wedge here, kinda. So I think at some point we probably will just go ahead and fill this gap right here. That's around $7, so 50 cents from where it's at now. But I do think that we probably go back up to this one and kind of fill this pennant and then break down. And this is actually very similar to the SPY play that I was talking about. So just to show you guys, the same thing happened over here, just like a few days or even yesterday. If I can get it. Where was it? Yeah, so we had about the same thing here. I think I posted it in my Discord. It might be easier to just show you that. But basically did the same thing here. So what did we do? Show you. So it was like a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. We still did that bounce and then came down. So that if so let me just see if that sounds right. This one, a head, a shoulder, right? Then you break down and you sold off. And so that's what TLRY looks like also. If you take a look at that here, kind of mark that up now. And especially with all the, I guess all the news is behind us now, there really wouldn't be any forward-looking catalyst. So I think that's why we'll probably end up selling off into earning, well, after earnings at least. This is 15-minute. So yeah, we still have some room to go. And actually, the neckline of the pattern is probably at this level. I'm just gonna make that bigger and then kind of better illustrate what I'm trying to show you. Head or shoulder, head, shoulder, and then we'll break down. But usually when a head and shoulder breaks down, it usually breaks down and comes and retests the neckline. So, and then it breaks down again. And that's really, so I think that's what's gonna happen. But since like we said, we're in a pennant also, so we're in this pennant. Just go ahead and clear this out. So it could be either like a head and shoulders there, or it could be the pennant, which I'm trying to show you guys here, right there. And so if it does do the pennant, then it's kind of like, oops, what's going on here? It'd be like up, down, down. And so I'm thinking up and then down again. That's what I would think for like so either one of those I think makes sense, but looking from a like further, like a bigger time frame, can kind of zoom out. I think we'll probably come down to around 6 maybe. And a good indicator of this is the OBV here, which is basically showing us where the volume's going. And so volume's been, I guess, dropping. So our next support for the OBV is actually like down. Well, here we have one here. Then the other one will probably not be all the way down to here. So if you come back out, go ahead and pull that out. If we do break down here, then we'll probably come all the way down here is what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? I don't know, I'm just kind of talking out loud. But yeah, I'd probably be bearish for the And actually also did look at the flow for TLRY, and it's actually bearish too. This is for some reason not showing everything, but yeah, it's because I have this filter on. For the unusual flows, I hearted this because they had a 159K order that's bearish, and it's gonna expire in 2 weeks. So, yeah, I'm thinking puts will be a good answer, and they're the $7 puts, and I do want to pull that up on Webull just to get an idea. See, what did I say? TLRY. TLRY. Let's see. These are the 14s, the $7 puts. There is a lot of call volume, or at least volume for the calls here. But this will probably be something I need to look into on Monday to see if all this volume held up over the over the night. So all this was on Friday, like all this volume. Now the question is, did all this volume, like, was it held overnight going into Monday? And we'll be able to tell, because the open interest should change. So that's what I'll be looking going into Monday. I'll be looking at TLRY's open volume for the call side. I'm bearish for it, but I want to make sure that some of this call bullish momentum disappears. That makes sense. And then we kind of have the same thing going for the bear side. So I'm going to make sure that the volume in the open interest stays high for it Monday morning. But that's for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks out, the earnings is this week. So and it seems to have a lot of bullish momentum going into it. So this will be actually something better to look at too. Let me make sure. This was the 25th. So I think what happened was let me just make sure I got, if I can get like 50,000. We'll put 50,000. I don't know if you guys are using unusual whales. I just started signing up for it, but yeah, here's another bearish one. So for the bigger orders that are 50,000 and expire in like 35 days, like latest, and are out the money, don't include any in the money, we've got about 250, about 260,000, so about 5,500 contracts that are both under $8. So this is the 7s and these are the 750s, and that's for 2 weeks. So the ones that we were looking at first. Plus I think the margins and stuff in like that sector are still going to be very like difficult for them. So I don't think their guidance will be good either. I mean, they could surprise and say something about the bill and stuff, but I don't know. It'd be hard to see that. But yeah, using the unusual whales is still kind of hard for me to understand. And see here, these are more bearish. They I guess they're bearish because they sold calls for $8.50, but this was actually expiring yesterday. This one expired yesterday. Well, they did make money basically. And did they close under 8? Yeah, they also sold 250, and those, well, these expire the 14th. Well, it's difficult. It's always still a guessing game, and it only helps you kind of understand where money's going, but then at the same time you gotta backtrack. I haven't done the backtracking stuff yet because there's people in here that in the Discord that backtrack some of these trades and actually see where they're coming from, but I haven't got too deep into that yet. So the way that they would backtrack things, though, it would be like they would look for the strike, they would look at the expiration. If they match, then you can kind of go back to something that matches that size and see where it kind of opened, but sometimes it's hard to find. So like the 7.5 414, they're nowhere to be found right now. So it looks like they're open in my opinion. So they're bearish. Sheesh. That makes sense, I think. If you want to go back to 15 minutes and look at this OBV. Where we're at. Have you been making any new videos, Rocky? On the futures and stuff? Just the options? So the 15-minute looks bullish, and I think that would make sense because, like I said, we probably come back up and retest like 780. I think that's what I'm looking at, 780 for this. And we can actually zoom this out. Let me see if I can expand this. I need to hide this actually. We can get a better view. So yeah, I think we do get pushed back up to about 780. And that would kind of match our OBV on the 15-minute. We would come up here. We can actually line this up a little bit better. That's what I'm looking at there. We do have a resistance. I think I usually release the every Friday, and yeah, I've just been doing the live streams because it's hard. It takes so long to make the videos, but I saw that you got to 1,000 subscribers, so that's a good milestone. How many hours do you have left? I'm still working on like 2,000 and something. Yeah, I'm like halfway there, because I have like 3,200, but I stopped making videos like at some point, so those don't count anymore. So it's a little discouraging, but I think most of my videos came from my GGPI videos, and I do want to make GGPI videos, but I usually cover the news in the live streams, and then so I'm like, I shouldn't make the video because I already covered it. And during the week, it's kind of harder to make videos anyway. Like, there's like a month when I was just making videos like on the weekdays, and it was kind of stressful and stuff. Because I had to do work. I wanted to do my trading stuff, and then I also had to do the videos. Then I also had to do the editing and stuff, and it was just a lot going on. But with the live streams, I can basically do my research, and I can do my videos technically, like try to get the hours up. But the main thing is just cutting down on some of the stuff like the overlap. I guess making the videos would still be the same, but what's the word to say? How do I say it? Usually if I cover GGPI, it usually takes me like 5 hours to do just GGPI, but if I do 5 hours streaming, then I can get more coverage. So I can cover GGPI, and I can cover some of the plays that I want to do for day trading and stuff. So it still kind of helps just to do the live streams. But I think I might do some videos just to, I don't know, I think my viewers were better. I was getting more views when I was doing the actual videos, but it's just kind of a trade-off, I guess. So this is 15 minutes. Let's go back to 30 minutes. This is TLRY for anybody that's just joining. This is TLRY here, and we have earnings on Wednesday, I believe. And I was saying I'm bearish. I'm just kind of zooming out to find a good time frame. This one is the 1 hour. The 1 hour is actually a good one. Let's see if we can get something here. I mean, so it looks good, but it is, I guess, trying to break underneath here. What about DWAC? Oh, what's up, man? What's up, Blue? I like DWAC. We can pull that up right now, man. 1 second. I actually bought calls, or I bought one call on this dip down here, and I do like it because if you go back down to 15 minutes, well, 30 minute might be better actually. And let me zoom in for you. We had a gap right here, and basically we basically almost filled it. But I think we have a little bit more room to go, especially with all the tensions that what's going on with Biden right now, like all the stuff he's been doing. I don't think it's good media for him, so I think it would like promote the other political party. And so that's why I think yeah, it is. So when Biden doesn't look good, then it makes Trump and the other parties look good. And so that's why I think this one will probably continue to go, especially because it's got a good like following just in general. Like people, like I'll show you a good example. Like DWAC, if you take a look at the OBV, this is basically this whole time we've been going up, right? Still going up, still going up. Like the uptrend is here, right? And then if you look at the chart, it hasn't been like steadily going up. Like let me see. So yeah, we've started going up, but we then started going down. But if you look at the OBV, like I said, we're technically still going up. So that's just telling us that volume is continuing to be like strong on here. So like, for example, let me go ahead and take this off here. Oops. Let me actually open this up a little more. But yeah, I'm bullish on DWAC. If you take a look at this high here, then you take a look at the high here, it doesn't make sense, right? So from here to here, I don't know how much of a drop this is all the way down here, but from here to here, you're still making a higher, like your uptrend's still good. Here you don't have an uptrend, I guess, but up here you still kind of have it. I don't know if I'm explaining myself. Basically what they say is called divergence, I think it's the right word. So yeah, so that's, I still like it. This is on the daily, by the way. Oops, let me delete that. We are kind of like trying to break the trend, which is not good, but I think if the market and the indexes are good, then we can go back up to 65. And I actually got like 2 weeks out because I just wanted to make sure that my calls don't completely get destroyed. And I think I have like 20% cushion right now because I got them pretty early. The main thing is like, and I'm gonna highlight these out a little bit better so they stick out. This is like the major resistance, I would say, which is 65 psychologically, right? And then this is kind of steep, but this is kind of like the descending resistance. It's a pretty steep. Usually it'd probably be more out here, but yeah. And you said, what do I think about DWAP? So like the main thing, I think this is forming like a double bottom here. I can probably go to the 1 hour to get a better idea. Here we go. So this is probably good. So we have like a bottom here, and then technically we have a bottom here. Let me draw that better. Here, and then here. So came down, touched it, bounced off here. So I think if we can break this descending resistance, then we'll probably come all the way back to 70, 75. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. And also like these monthly levels here, these are monthly opens. So it kind of gives you the direction of where you should be trading towards. So like here, when you get above it, you trend upwards. When you get underneath it, you trend downwards. Excuse me. And right now we're above it, so it looks like we're going to trade upwards if we can hold this level, which is like $60, which would be bullish. That's what I'm thinking right there. What do you think, Lou? Is that about right or no? You can post it in the comments. But yeah, I'm bullish on it. I actually got the calls because I'm hoping for a double bottom here, which if, like I said, if the indexes are good, we should be able to break this resistance. And our level would probably come up to this monthly level here. Like I said, it's probably around 74, maybe 75. But I do like the double bounce here. Plus, like I said, psychologically, the $60 has been a good support for us historically. Like, you can take a look. We had one dip here. We had like, it also is a good resistance, right? So the support and resistance are basically the same. But here, we had support here as well, basically, like anywhere in this zone right here, this area. So let me draw that better. So kind of like right here. Just this one has been like psychologically a good support. So I feel like this would be like a false breakdown, and then we can get back up. Like the main thing would be getting back above 65. Like this little intersection points is what's gonna be crucial for us. Yeah, I like it, especially with Biden getting some heat based off of like all the stuff that the party's doing. Like I'm still bullish on oil, like they're opening like the oils and stuff here, but like the reserves, but I think it's just like fake news, what I'm thinking. And that's why actually we could pivot over to oil if you want. But yeah, I got the 14s before before I shift, I got 1470s, I think. Let me make sure. Which I'll probably end up selling before, but but I do want to take advantage of the momentum. So let me make sure I can, and I'm gonna do a time. I'm gonna do times on my things now, so I can 53 Baba, or this is DWAC. I'll kind of look at that. I'm gonna do timestamps on my videos now, so that way I can help people who are watching these later. So I'm gonna just write that down. But anyway, let me look at which one I got. I think I posted on my community post actually. Yeah, I got the 70 414s. So I'll probably sell that around when it comes to like 67, 68. The thing is, it does have a lot of time. I think I have 2 weeks on it, so just gonna kind of play it by ear. I'll probably we have a Discord if you guys want to join too. It's free, and you can kind of post in here. And I've got more people in here now, and it's just a lot of people in here now. And yeah, you can post your trades, and you can post a whole bunch of other stuff if you want. But it's free. The link is in I think it might be in my description. I don't know. It's in the community post. Here, I'll post it. I'll post it in the chat real quick. I can't remember. I gotta find it. Yeah, how's everybody's day going though? Hope everybody's doing good. I had a good day Friday for the most part, I think. And here's the Discord. And yeah, if you want to join, feel free to join. I've got like a couple people in there now. It's free, and we're all learning stuff, and it's pretty cool. I want to get it to a point where it kind of just like people learn on their own at that point, like kind of help whoever's in there. So, because right now I'm kind of like the main one that kind of like tries to help and stuff, but hopefully we get enough people in there that are smart enough that can just help, you know. So anyway, this is DWAC, so I do like it. And what were we talking about? Oh yeah, commodities. So we kind of talked about TLRY too. I don't know if I should do my spill on it again. Kind of takes me like about an hour to get warmed up, and then now I can start talking serious DD. Yeah, because like the first hour I'm kind of nervous and stuff. But yeah, now that I'm in the groove, we can talk about. We talked about DWAC, just I like the chart. And oh, before I shift from DWAC, let me go ahead and show you the. I haven't been doing a very good explanation of the unusual whales, but I'm still learning. There's like different ways you can play like the indicators. Like you could straight up just like go based off of the bullish and the bearish, but that's not always gonna work. So I guess you just gotta pick a strategy. So what I like to do is I like to look at the indicators, but I also like to look at the chart. So if the chart looks bullish and the calls are bullish, then it would make sense for me to go along with these. But like, let's say the chart looks bearish and the calls are bullish, then it could be like they're selling the puts, or I'm sorry, they're selling the calls or whatever. So this is like an indicator that helps me, or it has been like, at least I'm trying to implement into my system. The thing with DWAC, it's gonna be like getting back above 65. So if we don't get above 65, then we'll probably start working in this channel, which is not good for the stock, right? So that looks like an idea there, right? So and I can actually probably go to the 1 hour to get a better explanation. I think the Lou guy left, but anyway, I still want to cover it because this was something I have a play in. So if we don't break this resistance here, which is probably going to be Monday or Tuesday, we'll know Monday or Tuesday, then we'll start doing this, right? Then we'll start like following this channel. And so we'll probably come back down to 40. I hope not, because I have calls and stuff, but actually I can draw that better. 1 second. Because we'll probably come down to our 50 level. I think that'll probably be our first support. Let me go ahead. So kind of like here, and like, I don't know if that's too deep. I don't know. Something like this though, right? That's too much. Even though this will probably be a support though. Like 45 maybe? I think 50 will be psychologically a support, but it just depends how far it comes down, because it could just like come to this. I mean, it could come here. It just depends how fast of a move we get down. Yeah, but yeah, so like that's what I think. Monday and Tuesday will be big, because you can tell we've kind of been trying to get above this resistance for a while, but we've kind of been on like right next to it, which is not bad. It's just showing that there's still like a lot of sellers and they're trying to keep it down, but it wasn't like it got it hit the wall and then it dipped. It's kind of hit the wall and it's kind of been going along it, basically, it looks like. But I just started looking at this chart on Friday. The reason I am playing this one is because of the flow. So I saw this pretty early. Gotta run, keep it up. Have a good weekend. Thanks, man. I appreciate you showing up for a bit. Yeah, you have a good weekend too, and good luck with the taxes and stuff. Thanks for reminding me, because I gotta do mine too. So I'll be spending some time later today to do that stuff. But yeah, man, have a good weekend. See you next time. So yeah, so on Friday I saw that this came in. We had a bullish and it was 78k, and then a second one came in for 87k, and then a third one came in for 84k. So just based off like of the movement, I think a lot of people are holding this one, so it's not really like, I think a lot of people are following this kind of like a GME play. A lot of people are just holding this stock. And we also bounced off of the monthly level here, so that's why I ended up getting those calls. So I once this came in, the flow, and this flow right here, then I was interested in it. So I saw the flow and I saw that it held the $60, so I would say it's a good bounce. And so now I'm hoping that we break 65. And anyway, I think I clicked on this also. Yeah, so there's not much open interest, but like this is what's crazy, right? So 331, we had like 135 in volume. I don't know if you guys can see this on here. I don't think the zoom in works any. Does it? Does the zoom work? Yeah, it might work a little bit. I'm gonna do 50. Just yes, I'm just gonna do 25. So what do we have? We had 331, 135 volume, right? For what, the last day of March. The open interest was 192. And then on what was it? So for this contract, this chain, it's been selling off, right? So we've been paying what? This is the volume here for the day. Kind of just bled off is what it's saying. What the heck? Okay, anyways, I still gotta learn how to read that chart, but this is what I was following. So I expand, right? So what I did was I clicked, and where am I at? So I saw these orders coming in, so I clicked on it to expand on it, and I looked at the history of the volume and open interest, and right away you can see we had tons of volume. So this open interest should like jump to like 25K on Monday. So that's what I'll be looking forward to. If none of those calls stayed there, then it would be like a red flag for me, I think, personally. But for like the big orders, anything above 50,000, that's gonna expire in 35 days or less. That's out the money and deep, and excludes anything deep out the money. These are all the orders that came in, and so you can see that most of these were bullish. And so basically what they were doing, the reason that it's bullish is because they're selling puts, $60 puts, so they don't think that DWAC is going to close under 60 by the 8th, which is going to be this Friday. So either it could just move sideways, but stay above 60, or it could mean that we're going to do a big move. Regardless, like I said, I think the big move will come soon, whether it's up or down, because we have this descending resistance. So I think once we touch this, we'll either get rejected and come down here, or we'll either break out. So that's what I'm looking for in DWAC. I already have my play because I got it once I saw those orders coming in. And what else did I want to look at in DWAC? Okay, this is 1 hour. So I haven't looked at this one. I guess we'll take a look at. This is the OBV for the 1 hour. It might not be bullish, honestly, but let's see if it bounced off this. Shoot. Right here, it looks like it's a symmetric triangle, not symmetric triangle, but like a triangle, right? So kind of like this. I don't know what this is right here. This is just an outlier. But yeah, so here bounced up, down. I think we bounced up. This is on the 1 hour. So when is this? Like April 6th? April 6th. That's Wednesday. Shoot, I don't know. This is 1 hour. Yeah, we're all learning here. So I'm just trying to analyze what's going on here. If you guys see anything that I don't see, let me know. I'm not trying to add it to the. I think it's still, we still have some room back up to 8. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we held this support here. So I expect to bounce at least to this level. So it's getting tighter. It could be like that. So it could be a little longer for our breakout, maybe. It's just an idea though. Still not bearish. If we break, like if we break Monday, what up, Franny? This is DWAC. How's it going? How are you doing today? How's everything going? So this is DWAC, DWAC. Yeah, I kind of explained most of it just like 10 minutes ago, but I think the daily is probably the best looking one. Well, actually the daily and the 15-minute. This is the daily and the let's start with the 15-minute. I don't know why this looks like this though. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good too. I was gonna do some research and stuff and just some charting stuff, so I wanted to go live and help answer any questions or just kind of look at stuff with people. And if anybody had questions, or maybe they had some trade ideas and I could look at those trade ideas, or maybe I could share some of my trade ideas. But yeah, just wanted to go live because I'm just gonna do this anyway, so I figured I'd go and do it with other people. I do need to change this song though. I don't know why we're playing Mario Bros. I like this one. So this is, what is this, the 15-minute? I don't know. I was bullish on it. Looking at the OBV, I'm having trouble understanding how bullish I am because it's not This is probably the only good one, but it does look like it's breaking. I don't know. We're just gonna move the resist like right there. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it's gonna break out soon, I think. Probably, let's see where it's looking at to break. Somewhere like around here by May. Also, this is gonna merge soon too, right? I think this is gonna merge too soon also. So about May. Honestly, it probably breaks out, you know, in 2 weeks, I think. I don't think it goes all the way to the very end. These pennants usually break out a little early. So I'm thinking like closer to April. It's when I'd probably look at it. I already have my play on this though. Mine expire in 2 weeks. So yeah, so I expect to move anyway. Let me go to the 1 hour. Yeah, so I was telling people earlier we have it can be a channel is what I was saying. Let me see. I don't want to repeat myself all over again, but here we go. We have a channel. If we don't break like Monday or Tuesday, we're going to continue to come down. That's basically the thesis there. But I got calls because I'm expecting a breakout to the upside because we basically did a double bottom here. So we came down. So I expect a breakout to about $74, which would be around this level here, our monthly level here. So that's basically my thesis there. There we go. And the reason I do expect this is because $60, we've kind of held it. It's been a really good resistance, but it's been a good support. So getting above 60 or coming down to 60 and bouncing off $3 is actually pretty good in my opinion. So that's what I'm thinking there. All right, so that's gonna end that one. I spent like 12 minutes on DWAC, okay. And I'll be putting timestamps to see where I cover which stock. That way it can help people who watch this stuff later. So what's the next one that I want to cover? I think that's going to help some of the numbers too. Baba TLRY. I'm going to cover TLRY again just because. Okay, so before I finish DWAC, this is the reason I'm bullish on it too. The chart doesn't look terrible. It, like I said, it held $60 and it bounced off, and I think that's when people started selling their puts, like selling puts. And so I don't know if we'll come back down to 60. It could be like the start of a reversal. That's what I was thinking. So that's why I got that stuff. And I think that's it. So this was, I saw this come in, so I was kind of started looking at DWAC, started looking at the chart. And it all kind of makes sense. So these are pretty big orders, 78K, 87K, and 84K. And I think what probably happened is maybe he opened these puts, or he closed, yeah, he sold these puts. And then at the end of the day, he ended up closing them. But we still have these two bullish calls, or two bullish orders here. That's what I'm thinking. And yeah, I guess we'll move on to the next one. I'm gonna turn down this music a little bit. All right, so what's next for the plate on my plate? I kind of covered most of this stuff on the Discord because I kind of talked about it somewhere in there. So we have Baba and TLRY, Snapchat. Which one do you got? I really like Snapchat, so let me just look at Snapchat. And I really like Baba too. This is Snapchat on the daily. It looks like it wants to come back up to $40. And I guess the first thing we can look at is the OBV. This is the OBV on the daily for Snapchat. So it clearly looks like it's back on an uptrend. You can see that. There we go, right there. Is this 2 points? Yeah, I'm gonna cut that down to 1. Okay, so yeah, just the 1 is more accurate, the 1 point. So it clearly looks like we're making higher highs finally. Like every other time we were on a descend, right? And if you take a look here, even like on a smaller time frame, it basically broke out of its downtrend, so kind of confirming it's an uptrend now. Then on a bigger time frame, well, this is the biggest time frame actually, but yeah, that's about it. That's why I like this one. Volume is starting to pick up, uptrend now. So I like this one. And let's see, what else did I see? I mean, we could probably chart something else up, but we don't really have a point yet. I mean, we could do this point, but we kind of did that with this line here. So I don't really need to. I mean, you could technically just take this one off if you want. But I think the other one helps illustrate it better. So yeah, even that, I think that looks good anyway. What's our next resistance? I think we have some room to go. I think our next resistance, I was pointing it like right here. So yeah, we have some huge upside. Actually, we do have some consolidation here, and it's a previous resistance, so it could be like here. Regardless, though, we do have some upside here. So this is a smaller triangle. So let's see where we're at. So up, down, and then break up, or up, down, up, breakdown. Could be that. So the main thing is, I guess, gonna be towards end of April. I think that's where I think, but it does look like we're in an uptrend. That's just kind of like further thinking, but right now, like I said, we're obviously making higher lows. So we could do this too. Oops. Could be doing this. Like kind of like that. So we don't technically have to come up here and touch this, but I mean, that would be great because it would just show a lot of volume. But we could just kind of do this little baby circle, and then another baby circle, and then break out or break down. So that's Snapchat on the daily OBV. And then we want to look at the actual chart. So the good thing about this is, where can we start? I think the most bullish thing, like in general, like the thing that I love about this chart right here is gonna be this double bottom right here, right? And if you look, I guess the OBV, it's kind of matching too, right? I thought it would be a little bit better, but yeah, we have this small outlier actually. I don't know. But yeah, what I really like is the double bottom here, coming down, strong bounce. So from our lows of 27, we're back to 38. Like that's a pretty big bounce in my opinion. And you can actually look at like the SPY or something. It did basically the same thing, a double bounce. I mean, this is beautiful though, right? It's having trouble, but I do think we come and touch 40. The OBB, like we said, is looking better. Go to a smaller time frame. We could probably do the 1 hour. See what we got here. If we can chart some stuff up here. And actually, we might just go to the 15. I hate having all these lines. Sometimes I just want to take off all these indicators because I don't even use them. I'm just going to take these off. I just really use the 200 MA anyway, so I don't need all those indicators. It's just so much mess. Let's see if we can stuff charting in here. Oh, right there, it already looks like it's consolidating. It's breaking out, but then it's coming back down. Probably do something here. Oh, oh, well, this is probably right. 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes good. 30 minutes good. Got enough structure. This is gonna be our resistance though at $38. It's been trying to get above it. So here and this here. Just an idea, but we are still making the higher highs, looks like. What do you think, Franny? It could take us longer, actually. It could take us a little bit longer. But it does look like it's trying to do its thing. See if we can do a channel on this. Do that. I think that looks good. What do you think? Let me zoom in for you. That looks about right. Where would it go next? Where do you think it would go next? I'm just gonna leave that there, and I expect this to go up to $39. That would be probably where I'd take my profits, really. 38, like 39. Not 38, like 39.40. About $2 from here. Yeah, I like that. What was that? 109, I think. 109 Snapchat. For Snapchat, I got... One second, I'm gonna take my sweater off because it's getting hot. Alright, so we have some of the TA for it. The 1 hour. We're in an uptrend in a channel. Look at the OBV on the 1 hour. The OBV on the 1 hour looks good. Looks like we're about to break out. Let's see. You think there, maybe down here? Maybe here. I don't. Let me make sure. There. There. We got 2 pivot points here. Yeah, I think this one's way too far out. I mean, we could include it, but it's just way too out there. The main thing is that we need to mark our resistance there, which is down here. So it does look like we're about to break back out. I'm gonna take this off. Yep. About right there. Actually, we probably already broke out, to be honest. Like right there was our main resistance. This looks good. The 1 hour looks good. I would say the 1 hour looks good. So this was kind of where our resistance was, here and here and here, and obviously we broke out of it. We had a D trend. So yeah, I do like the 1 hour OBV on the snap. And so let's see how that relates to this. Expand this. That makes sense. So we'll probably come up and retest 39. We do need to make sure that the SPY is good. I think it's good. This. And Eddie said he needs to learn how to read the charts. I think he was in here earlier. No, he wasn't. Okay, so this is, what was this? Yeah, this is the Snapchat. So I'm gonna do Snapchat again just because I want to have a timestamp for it. So what do we say? First thing from the Snapchat for the on the daily, you can see we have a clear double bottom right here. Like I said, coming down, touch, coming down, bounce up. So we'll come and retouch about $42, this range here. And then we talked about the OBV. The OBV is looking good. We're in an uptrend now. So we got a point here, point here. Sorry, my mouse sucks. We're going upwards now. So that's the first time we've made higher highs. You can see every other time we've kind of like, we got a point here, we got a point here. So never have we came down and bounced up to like actually have a nice structure upwards. That's what it looks like to me. So I'm gonna clear that out. And then we also added a, we have this one, but really you could just do this one here. Just from here to here. Right, so you can see we are breaking outside of that resistance too. So I like that. And what else did we talk about for Snapchat? I'm gonna try to get this timestamp for you guys. So all that's on the daily. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clear some of this off the chart. I want to keep my stuff clean. We're gonna go to what, 1 hour, and then the 1 hour we said, so our target's like $42. I'm going to show you what the whales are doing in a bit, but this is the 1 hour. I drew this channel here for us. So again, we're in an uptrend here, so I do expect us to touch this at some point, what, close to $39. And just looking at the OBV, I think this was also bullish. So this is the 1 hour OBV. Just zoom in all the way out. Let me see if sorry, I had to redo that. Yeah, so we had a clear downtrend here. We got in like a pivot points, pivot like resistance here. And now if you take a look at it, we broke back outside. So that's another reason that looks bullish. This was actually a pretty strong resistance, like horizontally, this is a resistance, and then diagonally, this was a resistance. So that was like kind of an intersection point there. So good thing is we got above it, so we're crossing the river basically. And this is our resistance here, and you can see that's why I said this was kind of a resistance. So we came up there, got rejected, came up there, got rejected, came up there, got rejected, came back up there and passed, right? So just this is a strong resistance that we've had on the OBV, and most of that looks like it's behind us. So this is on the 1 hour. So uptrend. Sorry. Yeah, so I do expect us to continue the uptrend for Snapchat. Now I want to move over to the flow. So this might take some time because I'm still new at the unusual stuff, but basically put Snapchat $50,000 or more. And so for April 1st, which was Friday, we had a bullish come in call 1,000, and then we had basically 2 puts, so 2 bearish ones. The weird though is this one was 287k, and then these other ones were smaller. So not exactly sure the direction for this, but if we look at the day before, we had 1.3 million. We had a premium order of 1.39 million. So I think that's one of the other bullish things. It was like basically 8,000 contracts, and this one's gonna expire the 14th, so just 2 weeks out. So that was one of the most bullish things that I saw, aside from some of the chart stuff. So that's what I'm bullish on Snapchat, and I wish I could have marked this. I might have to mark this down so I can. I'm gonna add the timestamps later to the video so I can kind of give you guys a better. You guys can skip just some of the stuff since this might be a long stream. But yeah, Friday was kind of iffy. We did have a nice order here, so everything's filtered up to 50,000. So we're only gonna see the big orders, right? And so Wednesday, what was this? Or Thursday, I'm sorry. Thursday we had three of the 4 orders that came in Just the 1 million was huge, and then the other one's about another 230,000, and then we only had one bearish in here. But that one's like a weekly, so bullish obviously is outweighing the bearishness, and the calls for the bullish are like way up higher. So we have 39s for 239s, and then we have the 40s. The 36s is what's kind of weird, but it was a buy to open or a sell to open. So I think that's good. The 36, I don't know. It was a huge order, but it's in the money. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. So but these are actually good. They're good validations. The 40s and the 39s are good validations. And everything else, one second. Oh, sorry. I thought somebody was at the door. Sorry, I'm back. I thought somebody was in the door. So, anyway, so these are just the biggest orders for Snapchat on Friday and Thursday. Huge in the money call, 8,000, and then two other big ones that are decently good. But most of the flow was bullish also, like just throughout the week. You can see we had 3 just on the 29th. 30, we had a couple bearish ones. But yeah, that's some of the stuff that I was looking at. So it looks good going into next week. And I think that's going to about cover Snapchat, I think. There was, I guess we could kind of, I do have more plays that I want to talk about, but I do want to pivot over to the SPY just to get an idea. Yeah, so we talked about the head and shoulders here. I'm going to go ahead and clear that out the way so it doesn't mess up our drawings. All right, so let me timestamp this real quick. Like 130, 129. Snapchat still. I'm going to try to get timestamps for you guys. Did we talk about everything on Snapchat? I think I covered everything that I like about it. All right, so what is this? This is 15 minutes. Yeah. So this is the SPY. Honestly, I'm a big bear on the SPY, or on the market, but the way that the market works nowadays, it doesn't follow anything of none of the news and stuff, and like it's basically numb to all the stuff, and it's going to continue to do what it does regardless of what's going on, because the stock market's for people to make money. It's not for people to have their emotions in it. So even though, you know, tons of people die every day, the market doesn't care about it. It's going to keep going. There's like little things at this point that really affect it. I mean, at some point it is all going to come together and crash it, not crash it, but like it's all going to, you know, snowball into one big thing. It's going to be an event, you know. But until we get like signals, like more, you know, scary signals and stuff, where, you know, we start selling off heavier, then it's going to keep doing what it does. You know what I mean? So the main thing for this to continue its uptrend would be to get above this green line right here, which is going to be about 53, which we're actually opening above. So I am bullish going into Monday. And so really getting calls for anything is it's not a bad idea. Not for SPY. I'm done trading SPY because I've lost tons of money with it. So I'm just gonna play like high growth or anything like that. And then it was another reason I do like bullishness for, or that I am bullish for the SPY, is because earnings for Q1 are right around the corner. So I'm actually not exactly sure how I feel about the earnings for this quarter, because I think the first month was good. February, most of February was good, and then like the last month is when everything kind of started getting affected by the Russia stuff. So that's like the wrench, like the however you call it, throwing the wrench in there. Not exactly sure how I feel about going into earnings. I think like Amazon earnings will really dictate how everything's gonna go. Apple's earnings, because a lot of people cut off business from Russia, so that's gonna like affect a lot of the business there. And yeah, I think Q1 earnings is gonna be like, I was thinking going into April, we'd be bullish because April's like a bullish month historically, right? But we also have the earnings going into April, so I think in just 2 weeks we have the banks reporting. We also have just basically earnings all over, and I feel like we just got done with earnings, so that's why I think there's a lot of bullish momentum going into the market. And I think the main indicator, like I said, will probably be to get above this monthly level here. So we're actually like right there. So if nothing dramatic happens going into Monday, like through Russia or any news like that, as much as I'm bearish on the market, we'll probably continue going. And so getting calls for different things is not a bad idea. But yeah, we'll just have to wait for futures on Sunday, so tomorrow. And then we can kind of figure out where we're going. But yeah, still a lot of uncertainty with the market. But like I said, it doesn't really care too much about what it's doing. So I think something like that would make sense. That's one on the 30-minute. Go back to the hour. So this looks like it's curling back up also. So this is going to be our resistance right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that's our pivot point there. So I do think we're going to come back and retest this level up here. Probably be like up here. There we go. So we're in an uptrend now, I guess. This is for the 1 hour, which has a little bit more significance. And do want to do the... Oh yeah, I remember I had this marked up for... This is the daily of it. I mean, we had like... That's bullish, right? Like we bounced off this support. You just like take a look at here. Okay, so we were kind of consolidating, broke out, came back. So we had... Let me try to explain this. This was a resistance, right? We were working towards it. We kind of got rejected a few times. We finally broke through. You kind of always want to retest that to make sure it's like solid and stuff, right? And then we actually did. So if we can break out of this here, I mean, we're gonna continue to go, unfortunately. That's just, this is on the SPY daily. And let me clear that out of the way, but see where we're at with the resistance. I mean, right here seems like a we could continue going all the way up here. If we break here, then things will probably get interesting, because you can see we have tons of consolidation at this level. So still kind of undecisive, but with earnings coming up and stuff, I'd say we can kind of break out. So an interesting point is like we've had a huge pullback here, right, from here all the way down, but relative to like our volume, it actually has been increasing, or it hasn't came down as much. So that's why I think this is a strong support right here. Like come and bounce here, come and keep going. And you can kind of see that here too. Yep, so that's what I see with SPY. I'm gonna go ahead and actually label this as a... We can take off those lines. I hate having so much lines on my chart. Let's see. I'm gonna put that there and get rid of these. And then I think that's good. So this is our support. Really? This is our support, I guess. What do you guys think? This is good. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Should I get rid of this one? We'll leave it. Yeah, but I'm bullish because we basically came all the way down, and then big hammer candle is what they would call it. Let's see. Yeah, it's a big hammer candle. So it's a bullish candle. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking for SPY. So we talked about SPY. After that, I'll just go through the live stream and kind of edit it to get you guys a better understanding. And yeah, so like I said, if we can, this is just stuff I'm pointing, but like I said, we can break out of here. And this might be a little inaccurate. So let me try to get this moved up a little bit. Yeah, so right there. I mean, we're basically on it though. We're like right there. Just a nice bounce off. As long as we hold above 450, really 452, and continue to work against this resistance, I think we're gonna break back out. But I would cover flow on this, but there's so much options action, or so much option volume that it's really not worth looking at. So I don't really follow the ETF flow, just kind of do the TA for it. But this is great. Like this is on the 30-minute. You can see I'm gonna expand just to get an idea. We came down. This was a good support. We held that for a while. We held this for like, how many days is this? April. Oh, this is for 1 day. Okay. Yeah, regardless though, a lot of sideways action, which is good. Like, I mean, it's building a nice foundation, you know. So like a good way to explain this, let's zoom in here and then let's zoom out here and see if I can explain it for you guys. The way I see it is we were making like a dump, right? But on the chart, let's see, like here, where was our lowest point? It was still flat, basically, for the most part. So that's actually bullish. Like there's still a level of volume in here, even though the price is going down. So that's actually a good sign to see for the SPY. Like I said, the main thing we want to get over is 53. All this stuff is on the 30-minute. You guys want to look at it on your time, on your free time. I will say though, looking at it again, this is our resistance here. So just something to keep in mind as well. This is a 30-minute, so not as significant, but still something to look at when you're looking at the chart on this time frame. This is the 1 hour. I think we're good. I think we just curled back out. We have no dramatic news or anything. We'll come back up, retest this. The numbers are kind of you don't really need to follow those, but yeah, I think we're good. This is the 1 hour, and then lastly the daily. This is all OBV. Like I said, here we bounced off. We did a nice bounce. If we can get outside of this descending resistance, we should be okay to continue the uptrend. Do want to do more live streams with some of the earnings. Take a look at some of the earnings plays. So once those kind of get closer to once we get closer to those time, that time frame, I'll make the videos or whatever. And I think that's it for SPY. I think we're bullish. We're gonna probably continue going up, even though I'm bearish on the economy and everything. I can't keep trading against it at this point because I don't want to keep losing money. So I'm gonna just follow the flow. And then just kind of cut losses quick too, you know. So if something turns around, then I'll get out of it. But yeah, I think that's about it for SPY. Really crazy, really, but yeah, I think that's it for SPY. And yeah, somebody messaged me. Okay, just more. Wait a minute. Okay. my homie. Okay, that was the SPY. What did we do? That was like 126 to 142. All right, we're really grinding through this stuff right now. I think the timestamps are gonna help. What else do I need to cover? We did Snapchat, we did DWAC, and what else do I need to do? TLRY, we need to look at TLRY, and we need to look at BABA. BABA's gonna be nice. I haven't looked at the chart, so that's something we'll need to look at. And then GGPI I want to look at. And TLRY, I guess we'll cover TLRY again, just so we have a nice timestamp. Probably do TLRY at the end, though. Let's cover BABA. Alright, so I think I was looking... Yeah, we didn't cover any flow on SPY. We covered flow on Snapchat, we covered flow on DWAC. That's why I'm bullish on those two. I think the flow for it was good initially, so that's why I did that. The flow for BABA is insane. The last time I looked at it, I think I posted this on the Discord, which you can join, by the way, free. Just plugging that in there. But this was some of the work that came in like minutes before it closed. There was a 60, and then there was a 197, and then a 249. So all these came in like 3 minutes before close. I mean, tons of volume came in, really, but those were the big ones, like 250 is insane, and 197, and these are for next week. Isn't that crazy? There's like some big news coming. So I might make a video. I don't know if I'll make a video. I might just timestamp this, but yeah. Huge volume came in for BABA. The 122s and the 120s. I think the 120s is what really caught my eye. That's a $10 move in a week. It's what they're expecting. They bought actually 2045, 3045. So this is something that I still don't understand, though. It's the multi-leg, so it could be part of like like a spread or something. So that's something I gotta watch a video on. I might need to ask the unusual whales if they know what this means, multi-leg. But this one's like the size was greater than the open interest. So the open interest was only 502, and they filled an order of 2,345. That's why we have this signal right there. And then this one was volume than the open interest, which is basically here, the volume. So the first one was the size was bigger than the open interest. For this one, the volume was bigger than the open interest. And so actually, it's up here. I'm sorry, this one right here. The 30K was bigger than the 2K. What's really weird though is like this one had, this is the 122, and then this is the 122 down here. Okay, so this one's a buy, and then this one's a sell. So it could be these two could be the ones that are related to each other, but I'll have to look more into that. The only difference is the premium is different, but you can see the open interest is the same, which is the 122s. For the 408s, oh, I'm sorry. Actually, these are the ones that look like they're the ones that go together because they have the same size order. These two look like they're the same ones. This one, I'm gonna highlight them, but they have different strikes. So I think it'd be like a credit spread or a put spread or a debit spread. Yeah. But this big order right here is big. What else did I find? I think that was the biggest thing. I don't think there's tons of volume that usually come in here. I might need to filter some bigger stuff in here, to be honest. Let's go to 70. Let's go to 75,000. So now you can see 700. There's still tons of volume for next week. That's what's crazy. I'm gonna do So we had bearish 245. Let me quickly do was it 7 days? That way we can just clear out the 4/8s. 4/8s. There we go. So we got 125s here. We got two 125s. 800 and 192. So this one actually looks like it's together. This is big actually. So that was on at 10. This is something I gotta still look at. Bearish, and 115, 110, 125s. These are all bearish though. 95, and I still think these go together though. These two. 170, 792, and then 892. I don't know. Just kind of looking at it. Most of the bullishness came towards the end of the day though. That's what I was looking. 408, 122. Do we have any 122s down here? No. 120s. Don't have any 120s. We have 120s here. And then we have the 113s. Where's the 113s? There's no 113s. 115s is here. Sell. 88. Oh. 75. I gotta understand some of this still. But the reason I like this is like just ignoring some of this stuff down here, which probably I shouldn't. It looks bullish, right? Because we have like almost, I mean, $500,000 going into BABA for our weeklies. For weeklies that are 488, 48. And so look at the just the open interest in the volume. Like this is a chain that wasn't getting much action, but today it had 5,000 in volume. Oh yeah. I have to look more into it, but let's just go back to the chart. Look at the daily. We'll start with the OBV. Usually the best thing to do is just draw a resistance. Just the easiest thing to do, I think. Yep. Yep. What do you think? I think it's Trippy that's in here. Trippy's in here. Is Trippy, are you in here, Trippy? Trippy be in here sometimes. He'd be supporting the channel, you know? This is good though. This is right here. Looks nice on the daily. Looks good. You gotta follow the direction. So resistance. Now it finally became support. That's like an easy way to explain support and resistance. Came up, touched it, came back up, touched it, finally broke through it, claimed it, and reclaimed it, and now we're going back up. That's a good way to explain resistance and support. So, I think we have nice room all the way back up to this level up here. So let's go back to the chart. Yeah, I think if we can break 118, I mean, we lost, what, how much did we lose today? Where are we at? 110? We lost $8 in one day. I think, what happened to it? Closed at, oh, it's underneath the monthly. That's, it is looking like it wants to break out though. I say if we break out of what, like this level here, 118, 120, things will get crazy with it. I'm trying to expand this. Might need to do it this way. Yeah, that's our biggest resistance. All this is our biggest resistance right now. But like I said, those options do look good. And then we also have a gap that we need to fill. So we could even go up to that. That's probably our target, 155, 160, about 160. That would be a huge run, but let's look at the resistance downwards. Just adding it here. Add it here at me. It looks like, yeah, I think Monday will be a big day for it. If we can break 118, then things will start getting a lot more exciting for Baba. Right there. That makes sense right there. Well, actually, we'll do it on the 1 hour just to get a better idea. What do you think? Yeah, that looks about right. And now I just want to look at this. About there. Yeah. Then where's our resistance at? About right there. So it might look bearish actually. I think it broke down. Now that we're looking at it. I haven't got calls for this, but it looked good going into Friday. Where's our next support? Our support's like right here. So actually what could happen is we sell off first half of the day, and then I'd get my calls, I think. We'll just have to look at how it does with respect to the indexes. What do you guys think? Is there any triggers I need to cover for you guys? This is, yeah, this is bad right here when it broke underneath. False break up and break back down. It could be bearish actually then, now that I think about it. I was bullish on Baba going into Friday because I saw some orders coming in. But I think that 118 might be a strong resistance for it. What do you guys think? Go to the one. What was I saying on here? This looks good. The daily looks good. It's the other stuff I'm scared of. The 1 hour. So let me add that right there. I mean, if we can break through this, then we'd be good. If we can break through this. Yeah, I think Monday would be a big day for us, for Baba. And then that's on the daily. So then we'd go back to the 1 hour. Let me reset this to make it cleaner. We could just extend this, give us more time. There we go. But not everything's completely over. We can hold like this level down here. But I don't know. This is a big resistance that we were trying to get. I mean, that we got underneath. Yeah, let me zoom out. I think, yeah, on the 1 hour, I'm a little bearish. I think we have a little downside. So sell off the first half of the day, and then, yeah, this is a big resistance that we've had. What do you guys think? Are you guys bullish on Baba or bearish on Baba? What do you guys like, Baba or no Baba? The flow on it was looking good at the end of the close. That's what's crazy for me. Size greater than open interest, so 240, so 234.5 for both. This is for 7 days expiring in 7 days. These are all weeklies that people bought. But I still don't understand the flow completely. I have to look at some. I need to get some help for this. Alright, so just to recap, let me see if I can recap. I'm kind of lost, to be honest. Go to the daily. It's a good place to start. Let me see. This thing just has so much history. I think we're at a big resistance, though, I would say. Historically, yeah, this is a big resistance here. I can throw that up here one more. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It could, you know what it could be? It could be just another occurrence of this where it runs up and then it sells off again. Could be that too, you know? Yeah, I might get puts now that I think about it, but I gotta wait on this to kind of give me a more direction of where we're going. Thing has gotten so sloppy. I like that we held this nice support here. This looks bullish to me. Like if we can break out of here Monday, I would be happy. But if we don't break through, then I'll be bearish. Yeah, so a lot of stuff is in critical, like, critical points. Like a lot of turning points. They could either get worse or they could get better. So what do we have? Baba. Alright, so I'm gonna recap Baba, but I guess I need to know what to recap exactly. What I'm gonna do is take these off. I need to clear the chart because it's getting too complicated. This is on the daily, and we need to get the big screen out, and we need to expand this. Do that. That looks much better. Now we can actually get an idea. That's so much better. I think I'm bearish now that I look at it. Well, actually, I'm not completely bearish, but this would be a support that we need to hold. So let's move this out of the way. This is where we're at right now. We need to get above $18, 118. And we're down here. So I would say I'm bearish now that I look at it. What do you think? Look at 15 minutes. 15 minutes gap fill. That's not bad. It's good. Fill the gap. It's just so spotty right now. 1 hour. Oops. What you mean, bro? There we go. Let's see how we're doing on the 1 hour. Still got some room. Still bearish. We're making lower highs here. Probably come down here again. So it's not time to get BABAs, I don't think. It might be good time to get puts for BABA. BABA puts is what I'm thinking. I'll be bearish on BABA now that I'm looking at it. We'll just have to wait and see how it's looking going into Monday. But looking at the 1 hour, it's like, it's good, but if we break 110, then I'll be bearish. Because we got rejected up here. Alright, so I'm going to recap. Alright guys, so now I want to cover some BABA and kind of give you guys my idea. I was taking a look at it. And basically, I saw some big inflows coming in for BABA towards the end of the day. Had like almost 250, $500,000 like in the last 15 minutes. They were all bullish. So most of the stuff here, 75,000 or more. These are all orders $75,000 or more. So initially, all this stuff kind of looked bullish for me. But then I started looking at the chart. And I kind of want to pivot over to the chart. So I guess we'll start with the daily. So the daily here is, and I'm going to expand this actually, just, oops, hold up. Let me do full screen. So this is our OBV. We'll go ahead and look at that first. And it looks like, so initially we're making lower highs, which is great, right? This is what we're doing. So we're in this uptrend now, this yellow uptrend. And this is actually a really strong resistance, but this is a really strong support. So we had trouble getting above it, broke beneath it, and then reclaimed it as a support. And now we need to break through this resistance here. Okay. Our next big resistance is going to be this downtrend resistance down here. So if we can break through here, I do see us going all the way back up to this level. Okay, so this is from our volume side. This is the OBV. If we can break there, then could easily continue a bullish run all the way back up to this level. Okay, and this is all in the daily time frame. If you want to zoom out this, now compare that to our chart. This is the 1 day. And similarly, we're basically in this resistance support chart right here, 110 to 118. Right now it doesn't look good based off the chart. The OBV looks good, the chart doesn't look good. So this will be something I'm going to watch going into Monday. And if we break 110 going down, I would be bearish. And that should kind of reflect here as a rejection, so we break back down. But yeah, this is a channel that we're in right now, and I guess from a bigger picture, we have been in a downtrend for a while. So we've kind of been here, bounced off, here, bounced off, you know, kind of getting to continually getting rejected at these resistance points. So that's the only thing that's hesitant, and China hasn't really got much love recently, so it's easier to be on the bearish side. The only side I was bullish on was the options flow. Like I said, towards the end, tons of bullish flow came in. But looking at the chart, I'm still kind of hesitant. Just if we get rejected around 118, then I would be bearish. And if we break underneath 110, I'll be bearish as well. But we are kind of at a crucial point, like I said. So if we can get back above like 118, 120 really, then we could start breaking out and we'll start looking at about 124 as our big breakout. So that'd probably be the breakout level. And then when we get outside of this channel that we've been in here for like longer than a year, I think. So I think that's what I saw all on BABA. The reason I wanted to follow this one was because of those orders that came in at the end of the day. And then I guess I'm gonna shift over to the 1 hour just to get a better idea of the flow. on the volume flow. And so this was actually where I was bearish also. So let me zoom in real quick. See if I can zoom in. So we're basically at the bottom of this channel now. Well, not channel, but this triangle. So we got this here and we got this here. So we're basically doing this. We could run up, but then overall we're making lower highs, which is going to consolidate. So it might take some time for this. That's what I was thinking initially. And then just to kind of accommodate that, this is the OBV here. And similarly, we actually broke down from our strong resistance. This was a very strong resistance here that we had. And so technically it's bearish, but if we can hold this resistance or this support down here, right here, we could basically bounce off, but we still have this resistance down at this level. So I guess my conclusion is that on the 1 hour, I would wait for maybe a dip to see if we bounce off of this support. This is the OBV, by the way, at the 1 hour. If we can bounce off with this, then it would make sense that we would go back up and touch this level up here, right? We still have this descending trend, but the OBV would show us that we could come back up. I think that's about right. That's what I'm picking up. And then going from like a longer time frame, this is going back to the daily. I would watch the OBV at this level because we are basically in this channel, like I said, this channel here. And so we are making higher highs, but we have a strong resistance here, followed with a good support, by the way. But yeah, so we basically reclaimed it. We just really need to break out of this resistance there. So I think that's gonna cover BABA. Let me see. Yeah, and I guess the key levels to watch would be to make sure we don't get underneath like 110. That's actually very psychologically a strong support. Things could get actually pretty bad. We could probably come up to like close to 100 if we break underneath 110. And actually that'd probably be pretty fast. So it's hard to tell right now, but it would be a good hedge against just the market in general. And the reason I say this could be bearish also is because we've actually done this quite a few times now. So like if you go back up to the history, we've done these false run-ups, these rallies, and we got rejected. Then we try to do it again, and we got rejected, and so on. So we've kind of been doing that for some time now. I guess the only bullish thing was these flows that came in. But if these orders come in bullish or bearish, that doesn't really signify that they're bullish or bearish. So I think it could be a bull trap, now that I'm thinking about it. So initially I was bullish looking at those orders, but yeah, I think I'm kind of leaning towards bearish now. What do you guys think? Let me make sure this is not copyrighted music. I might get in trouble. My stuff might get copyrighted. That's weird, ain't it? I need to stop with the lo-fi music. Like, just don't copyright me. Chill, bro. So what do you guys think? That was a pretty good rundown, I think. I liked it. What was that, around 142? 145. I'm gonna do 145. Okay, Baba to 210. What do you guys think? Is that bullish for you guys? I'm actually leaning towards bearish now. But even if you clicked on the video to have a bullish thesis, you can still play this in puts. You can buy puts for this. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be tough though. I say, like I said, watch 110 and watch 118. That is basically what I'll be watching on Monday, because there is tons of money going in. It's hard to know the direction right now. So if it breaks down, I would probably get the puts. If it breaks up, I would easily get the calls. Because obviously there's a lot of money going in. We just haven't really figured out the direction. And that's the hard thing about using any kind of software, or just like unusual wells and stuff, nothing's guaranteed. So, but yeah, do like it. Regardless, I just like to play. I do like it as a play. I don't really have a direction right now. Dang. So that's about it for that one, I think. What is this here? We're just gonna leave it like that. I think that looks good. So we've kind of figured out what we want to do with Baba. Yep. And what else? What else do we need to do? We need to cover TLRY. Oh, this is another one I don't want to cover because, well, I do want to cover it because I'm bearish, but let me see what's going on in here real quick. Yeah, so we're bearish now. I'm almost done though. I do like using this tool though. So GGPI, should we cover GGPI or TLRY? That's all we got left. We talked about snap. Oh, we have war too, but I don't really know if I'm bullish on war. I got stuff for it, but it's doing this crazy stuff right now. Really frustrating. Needs to cool down a little bit, I think. The OBB is insane right now. Honestly, it's hard not to be bullish on WWR. Yeah, it's looking good on here. Like, it really is though. It looks like it got rejected though. Huge spike in volume though. That looks good. I don't know. I kind of like it, to be honest. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna cover TLRY, and I think we'll be done. I'm just gonna do a nice formal TLRY cover, and then I'll be done because I gotta go do some taxes and stuff. Let me do this. Let me start this. 214. All right, what are we doing with TLRY? TLRY. Are we bearish on TLRY? I mean, it did break out, which looks good. We talked about it breaking out, right? Yeah. Okay, so what? I think we're gonna come back and fill this gap. Is what it... Yeah, I think so too. All right, guys. So starting with TLRY, I think most of the news. I think this will be an earnings play, right? But I'm gonna probably play this on the downside. Most of the news kind of already happened, I think. We don't really have any more catalysts coming up. Just the earnings. But other than earnings, I don't really see any upside in the short term. And I was looking at this like it being a possible head and shoulders. This is our resistance or our neckline. We actually broke underneath. Usually you come back and test that neckline and then break down, which makes sense, right? But if that's not a head and shoulders, we also do have, you could say, a descending wedge pattern, which would be like this. I mean, it's not a perfect wedge pattern. It normally comes in retouches and stuff, but you know, you get the idea. So up, down, up, down, up, down. So that would be like a wedge. It's not the best wedge, but if not, we could actually take that off and add a let me add this in here actually. This is on the 1 hour. We could add it like right there. So I actually do like the head and shoulders a lot better. Now that I look at it, this looks like a better head and shoulders pattern. And so breaking down, retouch this, neckline. If it claims it, then it would be, I guess, bullish, but I still think it's gonna break down, especially with no upcoming catalyst, just the earnings. So I do expect us to fill this gap down here around $7.08. So I do expect us to do that. Let's see, this is on the 1 hour, but even after, even after we fill this gap, that could be a good support for it. But honestly, let's zoom out and see if we can find a better support level for TLRY. So this is, this is actually a good support up here. So like right here, 675. Could even bring it down to this level, 635. Yeah, I think 635 would be a good place to cut your puts. 635. That's on the daily though. Like I said, the main thing is we're probably gonna fill this gap, and I'm gonna get rid of some of these lines. We don't really need them. I would just look out for the gap fill here. It's a baby gap, but you'll still fill it. It's what I think. Another thing is dramatically, or if you look at the OBV, we basically did a double top, which is a bearish pattern. So now we're coming down to retest these levels. Let's expand on that actually. This is on the daily, by the way. So I would definitely look at support here. This is going to be some, we're near support, which is basically filling the gap. But after that, there really isn't no support. It's going to come all the way basically down to these levels. So that's why I think 635 might be a good idea. Yeah, especially with no catalyst. The earnings, I don't expect them to be very good. So I'll be looking at, which ones was I looking at for TLRY? Let me take a look. I think I wrote some calls or puts for this. Let me pull it up. I think I did for TLRY. We did. I was gonna just do the weeklies, I think. Wait. No, I would probably give myself a week. So probably do the 14th. We say maybe the 6.5s for next week. I think those would be good. And I think that's all I wanted to cover on TLRY. I'm kind of bearish on it, to be honest. Yeah. So I do expect to fill in this gap here. Let's see, click that. Fill in the gap at $7, and then probably see more downside going down at 635. So that would be on the daily. And if we zoom out, you'll see more downside. I do see it as a small pivot. This is what's weird though. The 1 hour doesn't look bad. It doesn't look terrible. It could be a head and shoulders here as well, but it doesn't look bad. Take a look. Oof. Yeah. But actually this is a very big rejection. So about right there, I would say. And you can really pivot it anywhere. Even right here would be. Yeah. So let me look at that. I think we basically got rejected. This thing should go right there. Yeah. So we're still kind of underneath it. So I do expect us to drop pretty big. And that's on the 1 hour. So maybe a nice pull up to 770 and then really come down and fill that gap. And then continue down to 640. So that would be TLRY, I think, going into this week. I don't really have the flow. I think we started looking at the flow for TLRY, but I think it was bullish for some reason. TLRY 75,000 or more. So here we are. These calls actually expired already, so that's 7 days. Let's do 21 days. Here we go. So anything over 75,000, we had 159,000 order. That's bearish. That came in. That's
buyer for 414. That's bearish. Well, these are actually the ones that I was looking at too. Wait, are they? Are those the ones? No, I was looking at the 650s. The 7s would probably be good too, though. They're only about 48 cents. They're 43 cents. I think those are the ones I should get, actually. Oh, yeah. So all the orders that are coming in were bearish for TLRY that started over, that are over 75,000. So that's the way I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna be bearish on this one. And I think that's it. So BABA's kind of up in the air at this point. I was bullish for it. It's in the air depending on where it opens and which direction it goes to. If it can get past 118, then BABA will be bullish. If it gets under 110, then I would be bearish on BABA. Then as far as TLRY, basically bearish on it going into earnings, and all the catalysts are actually behind us. So bearish on TLRY, undecided on BABA, because there's a few different conflicting indicators. We're very bullish on Snapchat. Okay, so Snapchat, I've actually already got my positions on Snapchat, so I'm excited for those this week. I think we could see 40 going into maybe 2 weeks. I mean, that's when I have it. I think mine are 22s or 14s. I'm not sure. I think it's April 14 is the calls that I got. Let me make sure though. Let me see. I'll check for you guys real quick. So I have 40 for 14th, and so I have the 42s for 22 and the 40s for 14. So excited for those. I think Snapchat should do good, especially with some of the earnings, you know, kind of coming back into the mix. I think people start kind of buying into earnings. So Snapchat looks good. And then what's the other one we covered? We talked about DWAC. DWAC, I have to remember what we said about DWAC, to be honest. I think I'm bullish. I got a call, but I know we had some conflicting stuff. Yeah, so for DWAC, what did I say? For DWAC, I'm bullish. I have calls for it, but the only problem is if we get rejected here at 160 or yeah, $65, then basically this becomes like a channel, and we could come down to $45, $50. So that's the main thing to look for. But I think going into Friday was actually very good for DWAC. Let me get the 1 hour up. What did we do for the 1 hour? Yeah, so we were working to fill this gap here, because we basically gapped down. We opened up right here, then we actually just worked our way up all day. So I actually picked up my calls down here and just kind of held them throughout the day. And I do have like 2 weeks for those, so not too worried about those, but I will be looking for basically this intersection point somewhere around here, and it'll change depending on the time frame. But I think essentially like $64.50 and $65. Somewhere around there's the points that I'm really looking at. Because psychologically, if you look at our historically, this is where all our support and resistance has came from here. Here again, you can see this here, and then even like somewhere here. So 65 and 60 is just kind of a big pivot point. So, you know, we were down and we didn't hold it, so now we're bearish, and then we came up and we didn't break it, so we continue to be bearish. Finally broke through here, and then we were on an uptrend. So I think, you know, we're kind of figuring our direction right now, and I think I'm gonna be bullish. I'm gonna be on the bullish side because I have the calls, and I think if Biden continues to have any sort of like drama or heat, because the stuff that he's been doing with the oil and stuff, I don't think people believe it, and gas prices are going to probably continue to go up. So that's actually another good point to point out, the oil prices and stuff. A way to play those will be the commodities, and we can take a look at those if you want. Just comment down in the chat, we can take a look at those. But I do like some of the commodities. So DWAC, I would say bullish. Okay,
So that's a good, yeah, I like that. And I guess the last one is GGPI. I don't know if you guys want me to cover GGPI. GGPI and WWR. And if you guys have any questions or want me to cover one, just put it in the chat. I can look at it. I guess we'll do GGPI because I do want to look at it because this is one that we follow a lot. We've been talking about the double bottom here, kind of came down again, breaking back out, and then our resistance. Let me actually write this down for us because I need to. 222, 227 GGPI. Okay. So let me just, so like I said, we have a double bottom here. Let me just clear that out the way. Get that out the way too. Sorry. So from the overall perspective, you can see we are working towards those higher highs, right? And then we had a double bottom, right? Our target is to break around $12.40. That's our target, because that's where we have, I guess, some pivot or some resistance levels. And so that's a trend there. This is the trend here. What else did I want to say? Yeah, so we're actually like, you know, we've been kind of working pretty closely to like, I think we might break down. So there's a few different ways to look at it. So one way is we completely just break out this time because I mean we've been trading alongside this resistance. We could just go ahead and break out, right? There's like news right around the corner. I feel like merger news or whatever. The other one could be where we actually don't break through, and that would actually make us kind of fall down to around 1060. So that actually seems like a little bit more realistic. But then we could break out once we get some merger news or whatever the case may be. We just don't want to break this ascending support. But I think that's our main, this is our main resistance, and then this is our main support right there. So I would say we don't, this is basically, I mean, this is just geometry, I would say. Those are going to be the levels. The thing I do like about GGPI though is our OBV is looking strong. I mean, it kind of reflects the chart as well. Basically, we are continuing to do this uptrend here, which I like. And I guess I didn't mark it, but we do have a nice support resistance here. And it kind of reflects the chart as well. So all this stuff is on the daily. So yeah, we had a nice, this was a trend flip. So basically, once we got underneath here, we were kind of bearish. And so we actually reclaim all that. So it could be another trend flip. So now we could be bullish and we could break out. So that's what I'm thinking, guys, just out loud here. If you guys see anything different, just let me know. But yeah, volume, let's take a look at volume. So volume is back down underneath our average volume, which is not really what we want to see, but yeah, I would say I would be bullish if we can get down through this resistance. If not, yeah, unfortunately, like I said, we'll probably come down and retest 1060. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for that. So let me know. Wait, what? All right, I just got an email, guys, so I had to read that out loud. But yeah, I'll be excited to help cover some of this stuff. If you guys have any questions, just comment them down below. We can take a look at that. And what's going on, Mugwell? You want me to cover DWAC? Yeah, I'll be happy to do that for you. I kind of just went over it, but I don't mind looking at it again. And this is GGPI. I'm not sure if you're a fan of GGPI. That's one of the guys. We cover that one in here sometimes. So yeah, let me know if you want me to cover this one. So the thing with DWAC, and I'm actually excited about DWAC, is there are some good order flows coming in, and this is the unusual whale. So if you guys aren't following or subscribed to this, I highly recommend you do. It's a really good tool that helps you understand the flow of big money. And you can filter this stuff out any way you want. But basically, I pulled up DWAC, and then I'm pulling up any orders that are above 75,000. And so you can see we had some huge orders that came in on Friday. And actually, that's why I got into this play. So we have a 78,000 order, an 87,000 order, and then an 84,000 order. So, yeah, just started using unusual whales, but so far, it's been helping me out a lot. And it's giving me a better direction of where to, I guess, put my money in, whether I should buy calls or puts. This kind of has been helping me out. And I did put a link in the description if you guys want to sign up for this. Miguel say he bought a bunch of 65s. Okay, nice. I actually got the 70 ones, I believe. Yeah, and I think I posted that on the community page. But yeah, this order came in really early, like 9:10. Like it came in, 78,000 came in, and then soon after that, I got 2 more orders that came in. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple calls for this. And then you look at the chart, and went to like, I think 30 minutes, and we had actually gapped down. So at that point, I figured we might go in. This was actually trading like down here, like around 60. That's when I started picking up my calls. And yeah, I figured we would go ahead and fill this gap. So I got the calls here, and then just kind of been riding it all the way up here. From a bigger time frame though, I would say we need to break above 65. So let me just show you 65s right here. And so if you take a look like in a bigger picture, it does look bearish, like it could be a channel where we come down and retest 45.60. So that's the downside, but if we can get above 65, then we'd be bullish, pretty bullish actually, probably back up to about $75, I would say. That's our next big strong resistance. So yeah, this is the big indicator right here, the downside trend resistance. But what I do like about it is the OBV. So let me explain that a little bit. So this is the OBV. The whole time that the company or the stock has traded, actually, let me show you. So we've had our ups and downs with the stock price, right? So kind of came down, went up, came down, right? So that's how the stock looks. But if you look at the OBV, this is basically helping you. He says this one. So I just showed you guys the up, like kind of up and down that we've had with the stock price, but overall from a OBV or volume perspective, we're clearly like in an uptrend, which is really good. So this is basically defining, like, this is a leading indicator, which is leading or kind of leading us where we could head next. So we're kind of consolidating here. And so this is the good thing I like about it. The only thing I would say is we might break this trend if we have a bad day, Monday or Tuesday, then things could get bad, because this would probably be the first time we break our trend. So like I said, we're kind of getting toward like a very strong inflection point. But I think there's a lot of people that are holding this just because of like a GME movement kind of thing. But I would definitely, I think Monday is going to be a huge day. And some of the orders that came in kind of reflect that too. Like I showed you guys, this is only filtering out the 75 or more. And 3 of those for bullish for the day. And then on the rest of the day, we really haven't had many big orders. So I'm actually excited for Monday. I think Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, we'll get a better sense of the direction. If we can break 65, I'll be bullish. If we get rejected, then yeah, we could come down to $45, $50. But I got my hands in it. I got calls, so hopefully that works out. And Magul says, I watched a YouTuber and he believes we can drop to 50, 55. So let's just see where that's at. 50, 55. So 55 is like right here. But yeah, he's probably talking about this support down here.
we could, but like I said, I think the most bullish thing that I like is like our leading indicator. It just looks bullish this whole time. We're continually going upwards, even though the price is going sideways. So that's called like divergence. So kind of look into that. I'm still learning how divergence actually works, but this is a very good indicator because we're continually going up on the OBV, and instead on the price we're going sideways. So, but I have to make sure I understand that. But yeah, I'm bullish with DWAC, and you said 45 or 50, so that would be like this channel here. Let me go ahead and just mark that here. So yeah, the thing with, like, I don't think people are bearish on this one, because if, like I said, if Biden gets heat from like, just like if he like messes up as a political party, then it makes Trump look good. So, and that kind of pumps, you know, anytime Trump actually speaks and stuff, you get a volume spike. Regardless if it's like bullish or bearish, you get some volume spike. So you'll get some IV pump, and your calls should go up. So I'm excited, and honestly, I don't follow DWAC that much, but I do see that it's a very popular stock, and I do see that when Trump speaks, like I said, it gets volume spikes and stuff. So, and I'm sure there's like shorts on this as well, because like a SPAC shouldn't be trading this high, but I think the most impressive thing is that it's held $60. I mean, and it's done this multiple times, right? So we came up here, $60. We came up here. We actually came down and bounced off. So honestly, I thought this would be the end of DWAC, but surprisingly, we, you know, got new levels, right? So that's what's really impressive to me, is that honestly, I thought a lot of bag holders that were up here would probably dump when they got to their level here, but they actually, I guess some did sell off, but then people bought it back up. Right, so there's still potential in this one. Like I said, I'm day trading it as with some options. I don't have shares or anything, so I'm willing to take a loss if it doesn't work out. But I would say I'm bullish on this, and like I said, from a bigger picture, it looks like a channel, like a, you know, like we could break down, but you never know. We can actually break out through here Tuesday, you know, Monday or Tuesday. Could be big for DWAC, and especially if they get some announcements or something. And see, like if Biden and them get any heat, like Hunter controversy or anything like that, it doesn't. It actually helps the stock, I would say. I don't know, but yeah, this is not financial or political advice. I see the stock reaching hundreds, thousands, and way sooner than people think. Truth Social will be the place to get your news. Yeah, that's a good point, and like, a lot of information about to come out, and big tech will censor most. Exactly, yeah. So like, I mean, even Trump, I think, kind of, not Trump, but Elon Musk spoke out about having its own platform and stuff. And so like the first thing I thought about when he said that was puts on Twitter and then calls on DWAC, because he just started talking about making his own platform. So basically the way I see it is he's speaking out about censorship as well. So I would kind of say that Elon's leaning towards the DWAC side versus like the big blue tech censorship stuff. What do you think, Mugwell? How you feel about the big blue tech stuff? I think yeah, I think Elon's, you know, thinking the same thing that Trump is probably trying to do. Yeah, but this is just for now. I don't know how you're playing it. I don't know if you're doing calls or puts or shares. But yeah, if we can get back above 63 and break out to 65, I mean, it's hard not to be bullish, especially because this doesn't really follow the market too much, I would say. But yeah, I think yeah, you think we could get some Truth Social media or something? That would be huge for us. We could get some news. I hope Elon joins the Truth Social. Also, yeah, I didn't even think about that actually. He could, yeah, he could just join like, yeah. Do you like he would you know what's crazy? I don't think Biden and like most of
you know, I don't think Biden really likes Elon and stuff, because whenever they talk about electric vehicles, they hardly ever want to mention Tesla. They always want to talk about Ford. They want to talk about all the legacy automakers and stuff. And in reality, Elon is the one that's leading the whole EV sector. Like the whole wave was started by Tesla, you know? So I think maybe that's something that doesn't sit well with Elon. So that's another good point, that, you know, maybe he would side with like Truth Social and speak out about censorship and stuff. And because why do they have to like like they don't talk about Tesla when they're talking about, you know, infrastructure changes and stuff. I mean, I think they've mentioned them once in something, but not like the way they talk about Ford or GM, you know? When obviously Ford doesn't even like, they're not really EV yet, you know? They're still working on stuff, and they have the Mach-E, but isn't that like hybrid? I don't even know, but yeah, I think that's something interesting about joining the board I didn't think about. So yeah, that's a good point there. Yeah, that's interesting. You know what's crazy? I just noticed right now, and don't get mad at me, but I kind of see that there's like a head and shoulders pattern now that I look at it. So I don't know, maybe you can help me. This looks like a head. This looks like a shoulder. Oops, that's wrong. This looks like a shoulder. This looks like a head. This looks kind of like another shoulder. Don't get mad at me, but doesn't this kind of look like a head and shoulders pattern, which is a bearish pattern? I just noticed that. Wow. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the other guy is right about possibly touching 50. So yeah, I would definitely watch going into Monday for any downside. If we don't break 65, I'll probably, because my calls are they're up right now, so I think I'm up like 20%. So I do have some cushion. So I have a cushion going into it. Let's see. Trump said previously he likes Elon, and yeah, and that they help each other. Yeah, I don't think Trump has many enemies with Elon. I don't think they have and then if it drops more, I buy more. Yeah, so that's like another thing that people talk about. You know how the GME, it's a movement. I think DWAC is kind of a movement too. And honestly, like, nothing against Biden, but man, they messed up. They're hurting the little people, you know? I kind of speak out about that sometimes, like gas prices and everything, like that's affecting a lot of people. And you know, at the end of the day, like they get done doing their speech and stuff and they go to their mansion, you know? They go to their mansion or whatever. So that's a little upsetting, because they're raising prices. They say, "Oh yeah, I understand where you're coming from and stuff," but you know, they're not gonna understand, because they're gonna go to their mansion and stuff for that. But yeah, I think this is a movement like GME and AMC, you know? A lot of people just hold this, and that's why it's held $60. It's basically GME. DWAC is GME. In my opinion, at least. Not to sound like anything biased or anything. But I don't have shares on this. I'm playing options on this one, trying to do like a week trade, like a weekly trade. Hopefully this breaks out, because I do want to see this run. But yeah, like your friend said, there could be downside, and now that I look at it, there's like a shoulder there, a head here, another shoulder, so it could be bearish, but you never know. You believe that there would be a big market crash, I just don't know when. Yeah, I think yeah, I don't know when, but yeah, everybody's talking about the inversion. And if you look at, like, historically, they said that every time the yields invert, that there's a market crash. Like, it's basically a signal to identify that there will be a recession, a market crash. And on average, they said it's 3 months to 24 months. So within 2 years, there'll be you know, an opportunity to make money on the downside, and then you'll be able to like scoop up tons of stuff that you like for the long term. So yeah, right now I think it's
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to day trade, make some money, day trade, make some money, start saving money. So when all that happens, I can actually like take advantage of it. And hopefully it kind of works out for us. And I don't really know where DWAC will be. Which other stocks do you follow? We just covered GGPI, we covered BABA, and we talked about TLRY. And then Snapchat, I don't know if you follow Snapchat, but actually very bullish on Snapchat. I think it's trying to break out. The OBV looks really good. I love CFVI. Yeah, that's a good one actually. It's came down too, doesn't it? Yeah, it came down. Yeah. This one always does its random pops. So yeah, on this one also you can see this kind of looks like a cup and handle, doesn't it? I think it could have a move soon. It looks like a cup handle. If we can get a nice strong open on the index markets and stuff, get some volume coming in, I would say if we can break this level, I mean it's gonna go crazy. I think this one would go crazy, I would say. Joe Rogan might join soon. Yeah, I saw something about him. If he's not happy, he's gonna leave, which is crazy because I actually like Spotify. But yeah, that he's a money he can pull in like listeners and stuff. Like he's good what he does. So I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves. I mean, you gotta move where where you get more money at. This thing is insane though. This is the OBV. Which indicators do you use? I think Rumble is entertaining the idea of Rogan though, of him making the switch. I think that would be big for them. Looks like it's in a kind of a channel right now, so it might be a while before we break out, but this is on the daily time frame. It's like right here. It's kind of flagging sideways. Not really flagging, but yeah, it's in this channel right now. 100 million listeners, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think, yeah, he has, and he does the UFC thing too, which is crazy. But this actually looks good. I would just watch the volume. Let's take a look at the volume. Yeah, we need some more volume, unfortunately. There's not really much volume. This is like 1 million. These are insane. These pops are 63 million in volume. And you know what's crazy with this one? Once the SPAC starts merging, like rumors about the merger date and stuff, I don't know if that's been confirmed, but that should give it some steam also, I think. And they're probably censoring my YouTube right now. But yeah, this will be the level of support I would watch, but honestly, there's not much downside with this one, to be honest. This is a nice place to store some money, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, and we're like, yeah, it's kind of been moving sideways. I would just kind of wait till we get a pop. I think if this starts moving, like if it starts moving up, there's still enough time where you can catch this before the big run. So this one's just something that I would just keep an eye on for volume to start picking up, because we definitely want to see something like this. Like you see, like this was a multi-day moves. So like first day, you can go ahead and get your position there and then just ride the rest. So even if it pops a little bit, you'll have time to get a position in this one, I think. Exactly where I store my money. Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, it's a good place to just hold some money. When like the markets and stuff are red, these probably don't go down much. They move like 20 cents, which is not much, Let me see, I got an email. So 1 second. Is there, yeah, if there's any other stocks you guys need me to look at, just let me know. Oh, did I get? 1 second. I think I got logged out of this. Okay. All right, so now we're good on that. Actually, we could take a look at if there's any flow on CFVI, and I have the unusual well stuff, so we can try to get better at this. So it looks like there hasn't really been much volume, or at least big orders. Do you use any of the unusual wells, Muggle? HYMC? Yeah, we can pull that on. I'm not sure. Do you follow the whale flow and stuff? Trying to start making content on some of the flow stuff. Hopefully I can help people make some money with the unusual whale stuff. This is the mining one, right? Is this the AMC stuff? Or is this the AMC stuff, or is this... Yeah, this thing looks like it wants to go. Take a look on the 15-minute. A nice little bounce off of the 200 moving average is good. I think this one might be getting ready to go on its next run. You can see the OBV is starting to pick back up. We've got like nice support at this level. I don't follow the whales. I should though. Yeah, I just started using it like 2 days ago. Well, Friday. I just got my membership yesterday. I got my membership yesterday, and so far it's been helping me. I made the, like, that's where I got the DWAC play, so I think I showed you already, but yeah, this is where I got the DWAC play, which is right here. There is a lot of people selling puts, so this is why I'm bullish. So there's people that are selling puts for $60, and so it's a bullish indicator here, basically. The options, the put options that they sold are for this week, so for the 8th. So in 6 days, basically. And so that's why I'm bullish on DWAC for this coming week. As you can see, I'm going to zoom in for you. But 331 right here. Oops, I think I zoomed in too much. 1 second. My bad. Sorry. Which one was I trying to show you? Oh, the 60 puts. Basically the 4/8 puts for 60. The volume, like 331, which was Thursday, was 135, and all of a sudden the volume jumped to 2700. And so I'm gonna definitely be watching this volume going into Monday. If some of these contracts are still open, then I would probably be bullish on DWAC going into Tuesday. So that's what I'm looking at, and that's why I started using unusual whales. And there are a couple bearish ones, but it doesn't really compare to the amount of bullishness that's coming in. So yeah, so the bear ones are like 34,000, 30 or 78 and 35, and then you have 84, 87 and 78. So this is what the big money's doing. So yeah, I'm excited to see what that goes, but we can pull up HYMC also just to get an idea. There might not be much. So actually there was a sweep for the $4 call for this week. Interesting. This was on the 29th, so this was on Tuesday. So that's $25,000. This was a 29K order. You might need to cut down on some of the premium to get a better idea. Okay, so that's 22,000. Let's just do like 20,000 or 2,000. We could do 2,000. Like, seems to be a lot of bullishness here coming in towards the end of the day. So this was 401. This was on Friday. 1457 is like the last hour, and we had 8K order, and we had two 3K orders coming in. So we have one for 4K strike. That's 2 weeks. I still gotta understand some of the open interest and stuff, so I gotta spend some time to looking at some of those things. But overall, the bullishness is here, at least on Friday. Let's take a look how that reflects on the chart. But yeah, we are curling back up like we said. This is the $2 stock, right? The gold mining one. Looks like we're starting to curl back up. So there could be a move coming soon. I don't really follow AMC too much, but I know this one's kind of got the hype from AMC. And this is on the 15-minute also. I'm actually interested in this one, to be honest, now that you kind of brought it up. So we had a nice support here. You see how we kind of ran up to this level, and then this is going to be our high, so this will be a resistance at this point. But I could see us going from this channel down back up to that channel, retouch this 266, which is not a huge move as far as the stock, but it could be a good move playing some options. And if it breaks through 266, this thing's gonna get crazy. Let me see how far it's trading relative to its other days. So yeah, I think this is actually a good range to be in, as long as we don't break the 210, about 210 range. I think we're good. This is on a daily. We don't have any gaps to fill. Well, actually, we do have a gap down here. I doubt we come down to 150. That would be ridiculous. We also going to go ahead and throw in this. We're going to go ahead and throw in this support for the side here, this support here. Actually, let me go to the daily. Yeah, that looks much better. It's crazy though, because if we break out, we'd probably come all the way up to about 360. So it'd be like a dollar move. Yeah, and that'd be a lot in options. Also, the OBV is continuing to go up, so that's good to see. Yeah, I do like this one. I'm gonna add this one to the watch list. Actually, thanks for this one. I'm not sure if you're buying shares or which one are you buying options for this? I want to look at the options again just to make sure. So we had the 8K and we had 2 3Ks. Then we had 6 orders that were bullish here that are above 3,000. There's a big one right here, 12,000 order for 414 $250 strikes. This is crazy. So I think we have a move within the next 2 weeks. The chart kind of matches up with some of the orders that are coming in. So yeah, actually this is a good call out. How's AMC doing? Is AMC going with correlation with this one now? I know we had a red day. Yeah, this was one that I followed. Yeah, so we saw the breakout here, and then we kind of broke out. And then once we actually got underneath this trend, like we were in a channel, you can see we started selling off. So as far as, so we're gonna go ahead and take that off. We don't need this one anymore. We're gonna do it this way now to see if we can keep track of it this way. Why am I listening to Mario Boros? Let me see if I can get something going here. So I got shares, should buy some options. For AMC or for HYMC? I forgot, I'm sorry. This is what we're looking at here. Yeah. So now we're in a downtrend basically, but it's looking strong. It's let me get rid of this. I might start playing AMC. I lost money on AMC. But it seems to be starting to get some volume again. And now that I have the whales, I feel like I'm more confident in like my place because I can get an idea of the direction. And so like this is on the 30-minute, so we can chart something up here. We're just gonna throw some lines and see if we can get something going. We're gonna throw something and see if we can get it to stick. So yeah, it's kind of actually breaking out of this downtrend, which is good. So our resistance is really like around this level. So you can see we've had a nice bounce there, another one here, and then another one here. So we could run up all the way here, retest that, and then kind of go up. Or we could even break through that, come back, and then go this way. So that's the bullishness for that side. The other thing is we could go up there and get rejected. But I do see a little upside. Actually, we do have another resistance here, which is kind of where we're at right now. So honestly, this is in another like inflection point, because we got this downtrend and we have this sideways. So we're kind of at a like an inflection point. So I think Monday could be a big day. Let's take a look at the AMC flow, because this is something I do want to follow. And see, this is stuff I wasn't able to do before, but now that I have the unusual whales, I'm able to help you guys get some ideas. You guys can get this too if you want. I think I posted a link in the description. And actually I can post a link in here if you guys want to try out the unusual whales. It's free to try out, but you don't get access to all this information. But you can still get a free account. So I'll go ahead and post that here if you want. And should help you guys if you want, at the very least. So unusual whales. We'll put that in there. What do you think about Zella? We can take a look at it. Let me just quickly look at some of the flow for AMC, because I am curious to see how this will move. So we have huge buy orders here for 118 and 111. These are calls for the 8th. So the calls that I filtered were 21 days date to expire or less. And then yeah, so anything above 75,000, any orders that are above 75,000 and that expire 21 days. So we have tons of weeklies that are coming in for next week. So that's next week, right? We have tons of weeklies. Let me make sure I got this right though, because I'm still new to these. We have $27 strikes that are going to expire this week. 100K came in, and that was early morning, so 8:30. So let's just get an idea of what AMC did throughout the day before we so for the daily, we kind of just sold off. Okay, but that's not bad. Let me give you guys an idea of the OBV, see if we can get an idea if we can do support. So maybe it's in a downtrend now. I thought I was bullish, but it looks like it's breaking down. Let me see if we have a support level here. We have support there. Actually down here. So it might be bearish a little bit. Interesting. It looked good. Which frame did we look at? We were looking at one. Oh no, I think HYMC is the one we were looking at. We weren't looking at AMC. HYMC looked bullish, but this one I'm not sure yet. What do you think about Zella? Let's take a look at Zella. We'll take a look at AMC later and just Zella Technologies, 42 cents. Let's take a look. This is on the 1 hour. Doesn't really have much volume, does it? 86 million. That's pretty good volume actually. It looks like it might be ready to bounce actually. It doesn't look bad. So we have like a double bottom now, it's looking like. If we can get back above, I would say 55 cents. 55 cents seems to be a strong resistance. Then I think some money will start coming in here. Take a look. We can go into a smaller time frame, like the 1 hour. I don't really want to go closer because it seems to be spotty for some reason. But yeah, we have a nice support here. I mean, even like right here. Oh, hold up, I hope. I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's a bad song. Sorry. I want to put this one. So, let me make sure. What do you think? Are you going to get calls or are you going to get puts for this? This is on the daily. As long as we don't break underneath 40 cents, I think we're good. Look at the OBV here. Sorry if I'm going so fast. If I'm going fast, just let me know. I can slow down. But this is our support. So we're above our support. It looks like it was a decent bounce off the support. And let's see if we can get, so I think we would have a small move up to maybe like right here to this level. We can break out of that. It might be a little early, I think. So like here, and it's kind of, you know, respecting this support coming down. I think we come up here, come down, and then break out. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think? It's respecting this support right here. That's what it's looking like. This one right here. You can see how it's kind of been a support here, support here, support here. It looks like it's been respecting that support. And let me actually try to get it closer. There we go. That looks much better, actually. Looks like where it's been respecting. So it looks like it's looking to come back up. So I would look for just some volume, really. The main thing will be breaking out of 55 cents, I think. What I'm thinking, man. What do you think, Magul? Kind of looking at it from a... I've never seen this stock, so this is my first take on it. I might be completely missing it. I'm trying to see if we can get a downside resistance somewhere. Just gonna point it out right there. So yeah, this kind of reflects the OBV also, if you take a look. So like right there, right there. This is on the daily, so it needs to get above 55, and then we'll need to break this descending wedge. Then I think things can start moving. We'd probably have room all the way back up to $1.27. Probably $1, just because that's going to be psychologically a support. Like, let's go ahead and add that there. Right there. Right there. We can get rid of these. There we go. What do you think? That's just kind of like doing some quick math. Yeah, so this is like a really strong, you know, consolidation there. Kind of had it here too. Kind of had it here as a support. Kind of, when you broke down, you kind of fought a little bit, and then you actually eventually broke down. So this range right here seems like the area to, you know, take your profits. But for that to happen, I think we do need to get some more volume, and we also need to get above 55 cents. So a lot of work ahead of us, but I think it's doable. And then just make sure you watch this downtrend, because that's basically what's been dictating the trend of the whole stock. You can, you know, get an idea, but so yeah, that's what I think. What do you think, Magul? That kind of helped a little bit. That's just kind of giving you my first look into it. And you know what's crazy? This this support here, this resistance we're talking about, this target, it's kind of matching up to our 200 moving average on the daily. So I think at some point it's gonna want to go back and touch that moving average. So yeah, I could see us going back up there. Just don't really know when, you know. So it had a 25% up on Friday. It dropped soon after. What was that? Was that this year? Was this like a few days ago or earlier this month? Or was there a wick in here that I missed? Oops. Was that on Friday? We might need to zoom in on this. Let me just do a chart. So it looks like it's 10% move. Okay, so it opened here. So you're talking about it closed here and then it opened up like 11%. Yeah, it had like a 10% gap up is what it looks like. It gapped up 10%, but then it got shorted. It's what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to go, but I think there's still time. I think there's still time before it actually starts. I think we might have some sideways movement here, like whether it's in this smaller channel, this channel here. I think it's gonna take a while, because this is gonna be a strong resistance. And since it's a strong resistance, you're gonna need a lot of volume. which it looks like you're getting, right? So on average, you have about 47 million in volume, but Friday you had 86, so you did like 130% of the volume you normally make. And since we're kind of talking about this one, I'm curious to see if this one's being shorted. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you. See if we can get some shorting ideas. We can go to Borrow Desk, and we're talking about Zella. Do you know what they do as a stock? I don't really know what they do as a company. So they have 1%, 1.4% interest fee to short this stock. And there's tons of shares available to short. No, they have like 3 million shares that they can short this with. It has dropped though, I will say that. So they had about about on average 6 to 7 million just a few days ago, and they've basically cut that in half. But yeah, I think there's still enough like shorts available that they can keep this down for a little bit longer. And I guess we'll take a look at some of the flow. If you're interested, we can pull up some of the flow, see if there's any money coming in. I doubt we could find anything. Just we can kind of cut down the premium. Yeah, so that's for 21 days. Let's go ahead and do 35 days. And I think that's, yeah, there's really no options on this right now. Let me make sure I got this pulled up right though. We're gonna refresh. Pull up the GG 2023, baby. All right, and then we're gonna look up Zella and see if we can get some flow on it. So yeah, I don't think there's any, I don't even know if there's any contract. I don't think this one has contracts, does it? Let me look, because it might not have any options. I'm gonna look on Webull. I don't think it has options. It does have options. Oh, not sure. Maybe there's just not a big interest in this one. It's becoming more and more popular. It's just a penny stock. I don't know more about that. Oh, okay. So you think this is, I mean, we can look up what Zella does. I don't mind looking it up. You can just get an idea of what they do. It's a global business process automation. It was created with the merger of a few different companies. Let's go to their website. Don't want to accept this, but okay. We can just take a look. I don't mind. Smart office. I guess you say this is getting popular, but is it from like being pumped by somebody or something, like a YouTuber or a Twitter? Is it getting pumped by stock tweets? Yeah, I know there's like talks about Mullen. There's a lot of people talking about Mullen. Is that one still? And actually, I saw a huge whale order come in from Mullen on Friday, I think. Can show you that too since we're on here. There's some big orders from Mullen. I'm gonna do 50,000 just to get an idea of where we're at. So yeah, this is the 31st. They opened an order, which was basically this warning sign right here is telling us that the size is greater than the open interest. So what that's telling us is they did a position of 1,300 contracts, where previously the open interest was 0. So if I understand that correctly, there were currently 0 contracts created, and then they created an order for 1,300. So that was on the 31st. And actually they held through. So the 31st they had 11,000, and then by the end of well, by open of by the open of Friday they had 4,000. But it looks like then they cut the volume down. The volume did come down to only 2,000. So this is the new this is just a new option that got created basically. It's like a new type of meme stock. What's the new, oh, a new type. Is it like the, I think Mullen's a new type of meme stock too, isn't it? Mullen's the new type of meme stock. It's like the penny meme stocks now. It's hard to get like meme stocks though, isn't it? Because 1 second, somebody text me. I gotta get this out of my
phone. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so isn't like Mullen a new type of meme stock? I think it's still running. Let me just pull up the chart for Mullen, because I haven't charted this one, man, honestly. I had a target of like $5, but that's, I mean, it doesn't look bad, to be honest. Yeah, penny stock meme. This honestly doesn't look bad either. I'm just scared of the dilution on this one, because I heard that they have tons of shares, like a registered off shelf offerings and stuff. 1 second. Hey, 1 second. I gotta let my brother's girlfriend in. 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys, give me a second. One second, y'all. I gotta go open the door. Oh, shit. I'm back, y'all. What's going on? What's going on, guys? I'm back. I had to open the door, so... yeah, do you guys have any questions? I'm just hanging out for a bit. I might get off stream soon if you guys are done. Don't have any questions. Man, I ran out of breath running downstairs. Mullen's too expensive as of now. Needs to drop before buying some more. Yeah. It's not doing bad though. It kind of played around with the 200 moving average down here, but it seems like it bounced off nicely. I think we retest $3. I mean, it's not much. It's like 13 cents. Excuse me. Let's go to a bigger time frame just to get an idea where we're at. Yeah, you see on the 1 hour, bounced off the 200 moving average. I think valuation, I think it probably is expensive, but it's gonna be a meme. It's gonna be a meme. Let's see if we can get some nice TA done on this thing. We're gonna go ahead and throw this chart up like this. It doesn't look bad. Seems like it's respecting these levels. So it might have a move. I think we could have a side, a little bit more. Probably by the end of the week. Was that April 6th? Like Wednesday. We should know something, I think. I think that's what, I think I might keep an eye out on this one. Did I point this level here? Why did I put this level here? I think by the end of the week, it could do something interesting. Because it's clearly doing these higher highs. And yeah, it's a meme stock, so I wouldn't. I can't put that song in there. This one it did double top though. I will say it double topped up here, kinda. So the double top might not be good. I mean, basically it double topped. This is on the daily. So there's one that double topped. I think it's TLRY. I think TLRY double topped. Yeah, see. So this is what happened with TLRY. This is TLRY's chart. It did a double top and it sold off. I'm not saying that Mullen will do that, but it could be likely. I was just looking at TLRY's chart earlier. I think if Mullen drops underneath this here, easy short. Well, I wouldn't say short, but I think I would just
but puts. I don't do shorts because then you can lose all your money. Oh yeah, this doesn't have any support. No support. The history on this is no support. So you actually are probably right. This probably will break down soon. So a good way to indicate that is show you here. So the chart, like the chart itself, here I'm going to try to show you a good way to get a good idea of why this will actually break down now that we look at it. So on the chart, we're making higher highs, right? But down here, we're still trading inside a range. So we're not making higher highs. So the chart should be going down here, should be like correlated. Like it should follow this, but it's not. It's actually going sideways. So it's staying within this channel while this one goes up. And so what this is called is the divergence, right? I'm going to try to, if you want to join our Discord, it's completely free. Feel free to join, but I actually posted something about that down here. See if I can find our divergence thing. Yeah. Where did we post that? We're just doing some workflow on, not workflow, but let me see if I can expand on this. Oh yeah, this was something I called out on the SPY. This was a head and shoulders pattern. It just looked like this, like identical, and it kind of worked out. So if you want to join the Discord, it's free. Just feel free to click on the link, and yeah, feel free to join if you like. But here's the divergence I was talking about, which is basically, where is it at? So the stock was going up, but it's basically, I think, something like this. Let me make sure I got the right one though. There was one on here that I saw. It's like called a hidden divergence. Oh, it's probably this one. But I saw the opposite. We saw the opposite. So it's still a divergence, but okay, maybe it's non-divergence, but what do you think? Let me see. I'm gonna just click on it. It still looks like a divergence though. I think this is gonna break down now that we talk about it. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna look at the puts for Mullen now that we're looking at this. We're looking at Mullen. Gonna look at some puts. If they're cheap, I might pick them up. This was down 3%. Let's look at the puts for the 14th. Wow, there's a lot of volume in these. I didn't even know. I'll probably get like the $1. No, the 150s. The 150s wouldn't be bad. The 150s are 5 cents. And actually that's too early. I'll probably go out to April 2022. I think a lot of interest is lost after the 22nd. So maybe like there's a lot of people interested or expecting a big move within the 14th. Because a lot of volume is here for the 14th. A lot of volume for both sides. So there's a big move coming from Mullen. I think we're gonna say it's gonna go to the downside based off of like the OBV and the chart. I'm expecting a downside, and actually I'm gonna post this on the Discord so I can just call this out for them. And yeah, this is Mullen. I'm gonna post this on the Discord for these guys. Bearish. Hopefully I spelled divergence right. Divergence. I can't even spell that right. Daily chart. Yeah, that looks like a Yeah, that looks like a good put opportunity, I think. Let's see, what do I'm gonna go ahead and look at the how low do you think GME will drop? I haven't looked at that one actually yet. I had a huge run on Friday or Thursday after hours. Um, I'm gonna come back to Mullen. Let me just make sure that. Let me just make sure before I cover. I'll cover GME in just a second. I just want to make sure I understand this right for Mullen. 50,000 orders. They're bullish for the 8th. 35 days. So most, like we said, most of the action is for the 14th. So there's people that were started buying this on the 21st. And then by the 31st, I mean, we haven't really had much big action. I think we could cut down on it, but let's see, Mullen buy 3. Uh-huh. What do you guys see? You guys see there's a big $3 call for the 14, but it's 40K, about 40K. That's all that really came through. It's hard to be bearish with all these inflows, but not sure. What is your idea? The chart's telling me bearish. The chart's telling me I'm bearish. But it could bounce off of this here as well. Go back up. And if it breaks through this time, it's gonna go crazy. Yeah, it's hard to be bearish when it's making higher highs. Right here, probably come and touch this again. I don't know. Interesting, very interesting. What do you guys think? So, I guess we'll cover GME now. And let's see. I think that'll probably be the last one. Unless you have other questions, I can look at the other ones. GME, what do we have? So we did have this resistance, and we actually got back underneath it. I think we probably come down to 46, 145. That's what it looks like. Let's look at the divergent, or let's look at the OBV first. GME OBV on the daily, we got support here. So not touching Mullen unless it drops more. Yeah, I'm a little in between right now. The chart is telling me it's bearish, but then the flow was telling me it was bullish. So the flow was telling me just from it's coming in, but it could be that they are selling these calls on the asks because they're trying, and that's actually maybe what's going on. I think it's dropping so far so much, like Mullen. Let's see. So this is what I'm thinking now that I'm thinking. So what are we doing, Mullen? We'll come back to GME in just a second, but I'm thinking this thing is dropping down, or people are just trying to, like, the big money is just trying to sell calls. They're trying to sell calls. So they're selling them at the ask price. So at whatever price they can sell it, they're trying to sell them. I think that's what's going on here. And because it's basically like on these rips, I think people are just selling the calls at the ask price, whatever they can get money for, because they probably do see a bigger dump coming. That's what I'm thinking. And so even though these say they're bullish, I think they're just selling the calls, especially for the 14th. So there could be maybe like a stock offering, like a share offering and stuff, because that's something that they do have on the shelf. At least the last time I heard about that. And so I think this is getting ready to break down. That's what it's looking like. So maybe retest $1.20. What do you guys think? Especially the OBV. The OBV, it's hard to, like, it's going to tell you what the volume is doing. and there is no support here. So honestly, that drop could probably be bigger. It could probably come down to like 70 cents, like 80 cents. Like down to this right here. Like down to, so that's a huge drop, right? So just think of that respectively to the chart. Yeah, it could be, I don't know. It could be a nice drop. So it could be, I'm thinking that maybe they are selling the calls. And I'm gonna just clean this up a little bit. Delete some of these things. What do you think, Magul? Do you think that makes sense? What they're doing? Do you think maybe they're just selling calls to retail and they expect to dump? That was just an idea there, but because obviously they're anticipating a move, and we just haven't really, we don't really know the direction with this one, but I think they're selling all these calls to retail, and then they're probably gonna do the shelf offering or something. I don't know. Just kind of thinking out loud there. Let's move back over to GME. I think that's the one you wanted to cover. Let's look here. I do think AMC will drop when Magul drops. Nah. Sorry, I misread something. I do think AMC will drop when GME drops. They usually move together. Yeah. And HYMC is moving together too, right? HYMC is moving with these guys now. They kind of, not the duo, it's the trio now. Like BBBY is another good one. Which, let me just, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. They might sell some Mullen before buying back. Yeah. Who is they though? Who is they? Are you talking about the guys or the big whales? Yeah, I think they could, I think what they could do is sell the calls, you know, expect a drop and then maybe run it up one more time. Because the memes don't die with one, you know. I don't think they die with one or two moves. So let me go ahead and go back to GME. I'm kind of getting distracted, but I'm distracting myself. What do you see in here, King? Yeah, so we were talking about the OBV here. So from the OBV, we saw basically, what is this, a double top? Let me see if it's a double top here. Yeah, really a double top here. Kind of like a false break, but it doesn't look terrible. This is on the daily GME. We could bounce off. I mean, I think there might be a small sell-off, maybe to like 155, 160. There's not much room down to the downside because we have this support right here, this level right here. So we could do something right here. Let me see. Our next support would come down at this level because we are touching this here, we are touching here, really touching there, and really touching there. So this is probably the bottom of GME. Don't see us coming down anymore, especially with the strong retail buys. I don't see us going further than that. So that would kind of equate us. Oops, let me show the chart. Where's our chart at? Did I hide the chart? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so that probably I'd say 130. Yeah, about 130, because that's kind of where our sideways is going. Yeah, I think 155 is probably the bottom, honestly. And from a bigger time frame, let's look at if we can. I mean, this was just beautiful here. We had a nice double bottom, technically. But once we broke out here, like 130, this thing started just running. So it's kind of hindsight though, you know. I mean, it's hard to tell before things like that happen. And actually, yeah, this is a support right here, 158, about 158. So there's not much downside. And then it could go again. So guess where's the volume at? Our volume's still good. Let me check. Yeah, our volume is still good. Huge volume. I mean, we're way above what, 13 million? And with the stock dividend stuff, I'm not exactly sure what day that is. Do you know when they're doing the stock dividend? I'm pretty sure it's too early to say. GameStop dividend. Let's just see if they do a dividend. I'm not sure if this is official yet. Is it official? They plan to, but they don't. I don't think they have an actual date. Continue without supporting. Yeah. It's not clear how much of the increased share would be used for the split. I don't think there's an actual date for this split yet. Or yeah. The video game seeks approval at its next shareholder meeting for an increase in the number of share common stock from 300 to that's a lot of shares. To partly conduct a stock split. So it would be like a 3-for-1. Is that right? It would be like what, 1 million? Wait, 1 billion. 1 billion shares? Is that right? Divided by, I mean, let me just make sure. It's 8. Yeah, like a 3-for-1. That's what it's looking like. 3.3 shares. Stock split. So the stock split would, they would reverse this by 3. Is that right? 165 divided by 3.3. So it'd be trading at $50, I think. Is that right? Is that right, Magul? So they're doing an increased number of Class A common stock from 300 to 1 million. And then right now it's trading at 165. Let me make sure. Yeah. So 165 divided by 3, 3.3 is like trading, it's going to be trading around $50. Is that right? They're doing a stock split. I think so. I think it'd be trading around 50 after stock split, and their float would change to, where's their current free float? 62 million. So we would need to, let me just look up their current their outstanding shares. Need to go to statistics, I think, for the free float. Where's our free float? Our free float is 63, and then the outstanding is 73 million. So are they doing, I don't know how that works actually. 75 million, about 75 outstanding shares. But they're gonna have 1 billion in shares. I'm not sure if that's right. I want to take a look at Doku and just see if the outstanding shares correct. Outstanding shares, yeah, 76 million. So if they're gonna do a 3-for-1, then we would do 76 times 3.3, 250. So like a 250 million shares outstanding. I think. I don't know where the 1 million's coming from then. Maybe I'm misunderstanding stuff. Okay, seek approval at its next shareholding for an increase in the number of common Class A stock. So maybe they're, this isn't the free float. So maybe it's 700,000. Maybe 700,000.
So I think what it is, I don't know. I don't know at this point. I think maybe it's too early to know the stock split numbers. The class common A common stock from 300. So I think this is the amount that they have right now approved, and they want to upgrade it to 1 million to partly conduct a stock split in the form of a stock dividend. The company said Thursday. Are they using all 1 billion? I don't think they will use the 1 billion. I think we don't have enough information. But I know they need 700,000, 700 million more shares. Crazy. That's a lot of shares. Let's take a look. How far do you think this will drop? I think this is probably the bottom, like 151. So usually in a double bottom pattern, I think what happens is you do the double bottom, you break out, you come back and kind of retest that neckline, which is anywhere here, and then you break out again. And see, I can show you that if we pull that up in a double bottom pattern. I can pull that up for you, and you let me know if you agree with this. Here we go. This is a great picture right here, and I'm gonna post this in the Discord just so I have a copy of it. Throw that in here somewhere. GME double bottom on daily chart. Yeah, I'm gonna post that in there. And if somebody wants to respond in there, they can let me know there. I'm gonna show them the chart. See if they agree with me here. See where we're at. I'm gonna zoom in actually, just to get an idea. Better project myself. I don't know if this is a double bottom actually, but we'll just throw it out there and see. Oops. We'll throw it out there and see if somebody responds. Let's do that. What do you guys think? Is that a double bottom? It's a weird double bottom, but I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna throw it up there, see if they let me clean this out there. Let me do an arrow there. That way they know it's a breakout. We'll throw that in there. Copy it. Throw that in there. Alright. If you guys want to join the Discord, feel free. It's in the... Did I post a link to this? I don't think I did. Let me post a link. If you guys want to join the Discord, it's free. And you can, yeah, just throw in your ideas in there. Just throw the Discord in there for y'all. That's what it looks like, though. And now that we look at this, you know what's crazy though? We could also be doing a channel. Let me see. Let me zoom out. Oops, still trying to get. It could be a channel. You never know. Let's see if we can get something to stick. I mean, it could be that, but this is not. No, I don't like this one. Hasn't really respected this downside. It's been too bullish, you know. It hasn't really respected the channel, so it's not a channel. Yeah, I don't think it's a channel. Yeah, I think it's a double bottom here. Retouch of like 55. Like this 55. Let's just say 50. 50 is probably going to be the level. And then if we can get a volume spike followed by the OBV, I think it'll be good. I think it could do its next leg up. So that's what I'm seeing here. What do you guys think? Gonna go ahead and close that one out. I think that's good. I guess we can cover AMC since this one. Did we cover this one? This one, I think the last time I did this one had a wedge. Yeah, this one had a wedge. I mean, ignore this, but now it's like
double bottoming, rejected, probably come down. I don't know, these charts are weird. A lot going on. I do like that double bottom though. I don't like that it got rejected there. On a smaller time frame, that's where it looks kind of bullish. Like this support right here. We got the support right here. I think as long as we hold these level $22, then it'll be better off. So, do you guys have any other questions? I think I'm about to wrap this one up. I think we covered most of what I wanted to cover. So just gonna ask any questions if you guys have any questions. And GGPI, we covered that one too, I believe. I think that's gonna be it. This is GGPI. I'm bullish on GGPI. I like it. I like the blue on this actually. Yep. So I think that's about gonna wrap it up, guys. Do you guys have any other questions? Might just end the stream here. I do appreciate all you guys showing up. If you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments and then I can get to them. I usually respond pretty fast. If not, yeah, you can feel free to join the Discord. I can usually respond to you faster. But yeah, you can comment anything on here you'd like. Hope you guys learned everything or something from this video. If you did, make sure to take a second and hit the like button for me. Do appreciate that. I'm gonna go look at some of the thanks for the TAs. Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks for joining and hanging out with me for a bit. I do appreciate that. So hope to see you in the next stream. I'm gonna go and look at some of the flow stuff, kind of just study some of that. I might make a video if I can get a nice system going. But yeah, if you guys aren't using Unusual Whales, definitely check it out. I posted a link in the description, I think somewhere in the chat too. So the link to the Discord is free, and the Usual Whales you can sign up for free. So definitely check that out too. This one has a paid membership, but yeah, that's no pressure there. How often do you stream? So right now I'm trying to do I was still kind of deciding really, but I'm trying to do at least 2 streams a week and just answer questions and stuff and go over the plays I want to play. So like for this week, I want to do the Baba, TLRY, Snapchat, and DWAC. And then we also kind of talked about HYMC and what else did we talk about? Mullen. Mullen was actually one that you brought up. So, well, HYMC is the one you brought up. We kind of both brought up Mullen, but yeah, both of them, I think we kind of did some good technical analysis here somewhere, and we got a good idea of where we could be headed. So, yeah, but I still need to get better with the unusual flows, and I think that's going to help the channel and hopefully give us a better idea of where the money's going and stuff. And like I said, definitely check out the link in the description. And just take a second to hit the like button for me. I appreciate that. And if you want to join the Discord, I'm usually in there. I respond fast and it's free. And you guys can just add your questions in there too if you want. So I think that's going to wrap it up. But yeah, I'm going to try to do some more streams and try to do just regular videos, just like shorter videos, because I don't know if the streams are for everybody. So gonna try to do regular videos and do some streams and just do a little bit of both, and then maybe do some educational stuff with the Unusual Whales. So hopefully that can help you guys out. So I think that's about it, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I do appreciate everyone that showed up and kind of hung out with me. Magul, we had Franny showed up, Rocky showed up, Lou stepped in for a bit. So yeah, just giving you guys a shout out for hanging out with me. And hope to see you guys in the next stream. And as always, just keep moving forward. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.